Love that we are starting the stream with Wilbur Soot's Pony Sona. Love that. One is a pony and another is just a standard, like a general. I think. Yeah, like how there's like scalies as well. Like no, we're moving on. I'm good, thank you. We are. Good God, can we none? Yeah. Also, yeah. What the fuck? Anyways. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh God. Oh no. No fucking shot. What is what is you fucking what have you done? What is this? What is this? This is terrifying. The two models of Tony seats. Good lord. This is your prop. Is it a prop or is it an actual? Love that. Casual drinking. I would know as a 19-year-old. I would know the difference as a 19-year-old myself drinking coffee. Yes. we I heard that. Anyways, we're gonna well, that was a surprising a face reveal for a lot of people as well. That was the first time anyone, I think Brenham, you have turned on your webcam as well. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, with yeah, I saw that. I was in the chat for that. Unfortunately. Good lord. Now I actually now I actually see why all of you decided that we're so adamant about tonight's session, even though we're missing like half the people. It looks great. It looks great. Okay. Damn, you guys should have. I know it was it was meant to be a surprise, but you guys should have told me. I would have then dressed up as well for this next week. We'll do it next week, and we'll surprise the other group. We'll surprise the other group for not being here. We'll do it next week as well. Okay. So, well, after that, fuck. Anyways, so yeah, unfortunately, we are missing half of the party, or half of the new party. So tonight is just gonna be a group 3 session with starring cameo from Splint Sootwood or or Ishmael. But yeah. So, with that said, where did we leave off last session? The Caldera estate, or oh no, the Trikend top.
Motherfucker. This phylactery we were looking for. We didn't get much from the leader, but we got some hints as to both what this Trojan Zeus was searching for would be, as well as some ideas about what a phylactery might be. After that, the group split ways once again. Group 3 primarily went to go read up on various topics from the phylactery to the Trojan. And Rory also communed with what's the snake motherfucker? That's the motherfucker. My memory is not great today.
Jormungandr.
Yeah. And while that was happening, the other group went to go purchase upgrades for their weapons and armor. After that, we parted ways and got invitations to a particular ball happening in Selos that would hold all of the region's top fighters and Gilgamesh Assembly members. Specifically as a sort of "we're prepared for you" gesture to Zeus, or Zeus, and his army.
I'm sorry, is that not how to pronounce? Is that not how to spell
No.
Zeus?
No, it is.
Yeah, I can spell the other way.
I just like pronouncing it like that. And I hope there will be juice.
Prepared for Zeus, wishing there's juice. All right, so yes. Wow, what the fuck just happened with the stream? Let me fix that real quick. So yes. Thank you, Brenham. So yeah, you guys have. I think we left it off with kind of a generalization of you all making it to Selos with the intention of getting all glamored up for the event. One thing I had left out in from the last session on the way over to Selos, you all would have seen that there are several different trails and different roads that intertwine the Empire, as you can see on the map of the Empire. But on those different trails, there would be large traffic buildups of all of these different people that seem to be leaving Selos and Uruk as well. there seems to be just a large mass evacuation of the harbor city and the capital as a sort of means of seeming to try to get everybody out before shit hits the fan, if shit hits the fan at all. But aside from that, you all make it to the to Salos. You catch the tailor just in time to purchase all just before they make their own evacuation to purchase your own garments, and you all arrive at the ball event. Why don't we go around the table? I know that all of you have physical garments that you are all wearing, but why don't you guys describe what your different attires look like? We'll go left to right from my like layout here that I have on. So let's start with Brenham.
Arid has never been one much for dressing up or big fancy events, so he's wearing the same thing he always was, a little tidied up for the occasion, but nothing too special, just the classic gray cowl or black cowl and robe combo with his spectacles down around his beak.
Love that. And then next up, Rory. Or Dimitri.
Yeah. Actually, I have a picture that Cherry drew up for me.
Love it, love it.
See if I can pull it up. It's just something that Rory had in the closet for special events.
He's in the closet. Sorry. I'm sorry. It was
That
right
looks awesome.
He's right there.
Oh,
So
that's
thank
fine.
you, Cherry, for drawing that up.
Snazzy.
I didn't really come up with a audible description, but there it is.
Okay. Love that. Next up is Cherry. And I can actually send that because you were the only one that actually sent me the art. Why don't you describe your formal attire for tonight's event? You are muted.
Me too, girl. Me too.
I didn't say anything important, but I'll save you guys all of the technical terms about his clothing. But he's wearing a very formal form of hanfu, which is a Chinese traditional clothing called a chiju. So he has like folded lower robes. It's a dark purple with a lighter purple embroidery on it, and his hems are a dark green with a lighter green embroidery on it, mostly floral, with a bunch of Chinese knots hanging around his waist. And then on his crown, he has this ornate headpiece that has also a couple of bells and then more red knots about it, and then a single blue gem hanging between his eyes, and then a long red feather hanging off of his back. He also painted his nails gold for this on the trip, and he has a scarf that wraps around either his shoulders or around his arms that has the cat sith symbol on it that his family has passed down for generations, and he also has a little ribbon on his tail with a couple of bells on it.
Lovely. And then Anna.
I've also been meaning to tell you this, Iris, but I didn't want to sound like an asshole. It's actually my character isn't Violet. Her name is pronounced Violette.
Oh,
not that
okay,
deep.
Like the instrument. Okay. I see.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that deep. That's why I did like Bard. It's not that deep though. But oh, I haven't really thought. Okay, I'm just gonna go off what I'm wearing. She's in a like mauve long dress, and her hair has magically grown at least 2 inches, and it is styled pretty, and she has on emerald green jewelry because I like emeralds. She likes emeralds, not me. And she is in like at least 6-inch heels that makes her taller than like everyone. So yeah.
Love that. All right, and then last
Thank
but
you.
not least, Ishmael.
Yeah,
dear
I put
Lord.
the photo in chat.
Just
So basically, the photo-
without explanation.
Um,
just...
so Flint is 3'4", and I had to do Danny correctly. So he's wearing a very nice black. I think it's a two-piece. I might be wrong. With his gray hairs, and he has some very nice spectacles that have no glass in them.
Okay. Love that. All right. So, yeah, so as technically all of you are here, but for this case, we'll say the five of you. As the five of you make your way up to the gala, you see that there is a like not a very like small, there's not a very large line, but there seems to be a sort of like announcer that seems to be announcing everybody's presence and arrival into the ball, and some of you recognize this as the Emerald Dragonborn secretary of the Acadia, Esmeralda. But as you see that there are two people in this line that get announced before you. One of them is they call out Dr. Henry Jekyll of the city of Muspelheim, and the last one and the next person is Lady Enkai, this white dragon, Lady Enkai of the Western Wind. And you see these two figures. The person described named Dr. Jekyll seems to be this this blue-skinned, hairless humanoid of I forget the actual name of the race, but it's let me put on a visual of this person. So I put them on. Let me visualize both of these people. You see, Dr. Jekyll is this like blue-skinned, balded figure with these ornate brown and orange kind of formal attire that they and surrounding them seems to be all these different servo constructs, these different animal, almost like drone-like constructs of like these golden gears just whirring all about, these like almost clockwork drones. And then the next person is this white I think the correct would be this white gold dragonborn with this instead of formal attire, they just seem to be wearing this like white kind of plate armor, like there's some sort of like knight or guardian, but they both walk in before you all, and Esmeralda sees you all approach and asks for like the name of your group.
Do we have a fucking group name yet? Is that a thing we've done?
This is me forcing that upon you.
Oh, great
I
heavens.
mean,
What should we be called?
Oh,
at
dear
first we were the ambassadors because it was me and Serena.
Now technically like half the people here are ambassadors.
Mm-hmm.
So DM, am I with this party right now, or will I just show up to the party?
This would be a general group, like, you all, first of all, you would have the decision whether or not you are all considered all one group or two separate groups, and whether or not you'd be announced both all together or individually by like groups 3 and 6. But so if you want to be addressed individually, Splint, you can certainly do so.
Would like that. Yes, I would like
Okay.
that.
So now this is just a question for the four of
Yeah,
you
I don't think it's up to us to.
as Splint.
I don't
as-
think we can say what the entire group's name is.
They should have been here. Well, fuck.
What, guys?
Real.
I'll say for now, you guys make up your like group name, and Group 6 will make their name once they're here. When we have
Should
to
we be
basically.
called?
And then we merge them like a ship
Yeah.
name. Alright, guys,
Cusco's
huddle in.
boys. Let's go.
What are we thinking?
Should we just combine all the vowels of our name?
Meanwhile, Splint.
Cusco's
Meanwhile,
boys.
as you all decide
Who
your
are the
group
people
names,
haven't
Splint
met Cusco?
Splint comes forward, gives them a name, and Esmeralda goes, Splint Sootbeard, Lord of the Shadowforged, Master of the Undercommon Halls, Wielder of the Ember Steel Hammer, Keeper of the Eternal Flame, and Vanquisher of the Abyssal Behemoth. as Splint just makes their entrance, you see with a lot of very questionable eyes. That was exactly what
It'll be nice to
Ishmael
actually
just
be able
sent
to
me.
I had that ready. It was in my notes.
I understand all of it, technically. I technically understand where all of that came from.
Oh, God. We're on the spot right now.
Fucking. It should probably have something to do with how, like, pretty much our group has only been seeking random knowledge so far.
Broken
The
library.
educators. The scholars, maybe.
I like that. I like the scholars.
It has to be.
The
It has to
scholars?
be more than just the scholars. It's got to be like the scholars of something. We're doing.
Scholars of Ecne?
I mean, I'm fine with that, but I mean, she's kind of
Sure, Blue.
exploded.
Real.
Well, yeah. Only a little bit, though.
I'm fine with the scholars of Acne. That's my patron. That's my motherfucker.
That's my dude. I mean, the only one who not
Also-
really a scholar in the group is Junji, but he just kind of goes with the flow.
Also, half our group has no idea who Acne is, so
Yeah, but it's kind of tough because half our group we've only known for a day or two.
yeah.
Real, yeah. I'm new.
I mean, technically, we've
We were
only known
drunk for half
Junji
of
for
it.
like a week.
Has it even been a week? We got here on, like, if we look at the calendar, we got here
You
when?
guys look at the calendar?
Ever so often.
That was very cute, Iris.
I kind of forgot how to access the calendar. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's the link. It's there the whole time on the Discord.
I gotta
I'm
look at
sorry.
the calendar.
It's
now.
in about Cerdonia. It's in the.
Okay. You have
Junji
so
was
much
there
to
for the boat,
use.
like, the boat ride and like the Scylla meeting. So, however long that took, that's about when they met us.
It has been 4 days.
All right, so
Okay,
now
it's been 4 days. Oh
And it
boy.
has not even been a
Um,
day since you've known Group 6.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think Scholars of Ecne is gonna be fine. We're not gonna come to something that everyone knows at this point.
I think that's the best we got right now.
Any objections?
Scholars of Acne.
No.
I'm good. I like it.
Why do we need
Alright.
team names? Or is there gonna be like a dodgeball tournament after this or something?
No, it's like
Real. I love that.
It's like the filler episode. Like instead of the beach episode, it's like the sports day episode.
Real. No, I'm down.
No,
So,
we
as
need to have a beach episode with Cusco.
Cusco.
So Esmeralda kind of just nods in agreement, and as you all step forward, and she goes, announcing the Scholars of Ecne, and you all make your entrance. So you all
Should we
arrive
have
into
added
this
more?
ball.
We did it.
You
Can my
did.
character complain about this being a dry ball?
I think you
Just
I-
instantly.
Just instantly. All right. So the five of you all make your entrance into the ball, and you could see that there are that aside from the two people that had gone before you, there seems to be other people that are already here. A lot of wandering, a lot of mostly Red Order soldiers. You see, all seeming to be clad in their armor, and while there are a lot of other Dragonborn dotting the different areas. And you also see off to the to the right side of the ball, familiar figures at least to half the party. Uh, the as you recognize three of the figures, speaking to this humanoid in like that almost looks tiefling in nature, but talking to this tiefling seems to be Shoban, Babkatha, and Maka from Tanaro. And alongside them seems to be this what you can imagine is a polymorphed Anu who seems to be polymorphed into this still undead looking dragonborn with but still adorned in rather darkish and royal formal attire.
Yeah, Arid would definitely like go up to them to sort of catch up, see what they've been up to.
Okay. You see them talking to these to this tiefling person. I actually don't know. Yeah, you guys can't see their name. Anyway,
I can't even I can't even see the ball. I'm still on like the Empire
Oh,
map.
you can't see the ball. Let me do that real quick.
Yeah.
Just so you actually know who the hell is here and who's not here yet.
Also, I don't know if you were showing characters earlier. I couldn't see those either.
Characters on like the stream or oh, like yeah,
On the stream or on.
on Roll20. Okay. So now that you guys are actually on the ball, this is Dr. This token.
Hey.
You guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
seems
Hey,
to be
Dr.
that
Jekyll.
Dr. Jekyll and then Lady Enkai of the West Wind.
Hell yeah.
Cute. I like her braid.
And you can see that to the right of the ball is Shoban, Babkatha, and Maka, and also this undead-looking dragonborn with rather formal attire. Adorned.
Hot.
Hell
So
yeah.
hot.
We unkilled that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you all can make the assumption that this is Anu.
Be right back.
Okay, so Erud is
And I'm
going up
concerned
to
about
talk to the
your now.
is going up to talk to the group. Junji, and I'm gonna assume for now until Dimitri you get back, that Rory just goes up to talk to Shoban as well. Junji and Violette, where are you two off to?
Let me take a look at the map. Give me a sec.
And also, Leif is with you as well. Still adorned in their red order attire.
Very off topic, but I just have to ask:
Mhm.
Is Demetrius in his kitchen or something?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I've been trying to figure this out.
I think
I'm
they're
just
they're
really
just
confused.
their setup is in is just in their kitchen.
This-
I'm pretty sure that's the kitchen.
I'm sorry, off topic. I was really battling in my head about it. Anyways. Guess I can ask him now that he's back. Is your setup in your kitchen?
Yeah, sorry, my internet was cutting out for a bit.
Yeah, but
Uh,
like, are you just chilling in
Kitchen
your
and
kitchen?
dining room,
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Quirky.
maybe.
You'll love to see it.
All right,
My
so
fridge is right there.
so Erud is going off to speak
There's a-
to Shoban.
There's a
Maka.
built-in desk here.
Oh boy, and now, all right. So
Okay. Are we splitting up, or should I? Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to
there
touch
seems to be a
Shoba,
delay,
so-
Dimitri. With I can't tell.
Huh?
Say hi.
Hi.
There. Okay. Okay. There seemed
too bad.
to have been
Okay,
a
he's
delay
good. It's
almost, but I think it's resolved.
No, there was a hot minute
Yeah,
where
I
I
think
couldn't
we're
see
back.
Brenham or I couldn't see Dimitri, so.
Yeah, I think this camera is just
Yeah.
really bad. It
Yeah,
disconnects
you
a
guys
lot.
can turn off your cameras if you want to.
Absolutely not. You're forced to see my face.
All right. So, Erud goes off to speak with Shoban, Maka, and Badkatha. Rory, are you joining or are you going somewhere else?
That seems like something I should join with.
I'm
Okay.
joining him.
Join in on.
Okay.
I guess
Uh,
Junji will join as well because I don't know anybody else here other than what's his
There's the
name?
whole red order.
Ningisu of the Red Order,
Just
and
the
it feels
whole-
kind of awkward to go talk to the dragon.
oh yeah, you see that this is a very like open courtyard kind of ball. It seems to be happening in an open courtyard, and towering over the courtyard on the rooftops of these two smaller like buildings within this overarching building are Ningirsu and Nurgle, the two of the counselors. But you don't really see any of the other counselors, at least in their dragon forms. But you see Shoban, Maka, and Baptkatha talking with this one person as you approach.
Hello again, everybody. How have things been faring for you all?
Shoban, they all kind of turn to you, and Shoban says, "Friends, hello! It's so great to see you all again. I'm sorry for my hastily absence. I decided to go back with everyone when Anu had left back to Tanaro."
Yes, I understand. We acquired some more muscle while we were there, and he points back at Junji.
You're like,
Junji,
waves.
Shoban, Junji. Shoban, Violet, Shoban. This is Yasrina's relative. I don't know if you've been informed, but Yasrina is no longer with us.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I know they were, at least we had first looking to Rory. It says, I know we had first met each other with Yasrina at your side, so I apologize about that. But I'm at least glad the two of you are still with us.
So-
Yeah, we're glad to be alive.
As you should. Sorry, I'm assuming you were all acquainted with everyone. Looks to Junji and Violette, as they say. My name is Shoban, and these are my companions, Badkatha, Maka, and Anu, and I think you all have met Ishtar. And looks to the humanoid they were talking, the tiefling figure they were talking to. As,
Have
as
we?
you,
Oh yeah, let's look again.
you have. This is the so you start to realize that you are talking to. Ishtar is one of the Akkadian
Yeah.
counselors, and you can now see as you're like looking about the room, it makes a little bit too much sense that a lot of these dragonborn around are actually the counselors polymorphed into humanoid forms. This seems to be Ishtar, the one of the counselors, but looking about, you can actually see other people that seem to resemble the council in some way.
Yeah, I realized who Ishtar was as soon as I said it. My brain just turned out for a second.
If you don't, you have the stream.
Well, it's good to see you again. How have you been faring?
Are you talking to Shoban, or are you talking to
Just generally the group.
uh Shoban seeming to just talk for the rest of the group, says, we've been doing well. We've been mostly just keeping track, making sure that Tanro is still fine. There doesn't seem to be any further threat of from the Zugtmoy and the Fomorians anymore. They seem, if anything, the sort of necrotic magic that seemed to have been plaguing that entire area is gone. Now it's just a wasteland.
Oh, that is great to hear. And is the library in progress yet? I know it's only been a couple of days, but
The library, yeah, the library has been the bartender Mac actually has been really on that, making sure that's been going well, and production has been going well. It's only been a few days, but most of the framework is being constructed. We're using the woods of Segurakuda to try to reconstruct it, and we're trying to basically use the dead trees of Segurakuda to try to reconstruct the library. And with a bit of magic, the quality of the wood seems to be faring well. So
symbolic. The library that was once dead and is now being resurrected is being made of trees that are perhaps once dead and resurrected.
indeed.
Well, that is great to hear, and send my thanks to Mac when you return.
Of course, I will. How have you all been so far? I believe we had last left off as you had gone to see Scylla.
Yes, the trip over there was quite eventful. We were attacked by a crew of demons of some sort. That is when Yasrina was killed, but we were able to fight them off and return the captain and his wife, was it?
Yes.
Yep.
And his wife to a free state of mind as they had been previously possessed. But after that, we got to the island, and while we could not convince Scylla to join us, we at least got some information, and a lot of it. It appears there is someone known as Eris controlling a large amount of the demons of the East in a bid to take over the world and recreate it in her own image.
I see.
At that point, Zeus arrived and they began doing battle. We didn't see the results, but I don't exactly have high hopes. Best case
Without it.
scenario, they both died. Worst case scenario, Zeus beat Scylla and will now use them to attack Uruk.
With what I've heard of why exactly we are being summoned for the Gilgamesh Assembly, it seems that we are banking on the rather negative side of that outcome.
Yes, prepare
from
for the
sorry.
worst, hope for the best. Speaking of which, you haven't had any trouble with demons around there yourself, have you?
Oh no.
Since after.
Like I said, the Fomorians are gone. The overall magic aura that Zugtmoy seemed to have had over Zagutakuta is gone. We are seeming to prepare for the possibility of not just Zeus, but other members of the Iliad Council attacking. I've heard rumors of the Black Bloods, these werewolves in the these werewolves in the in the southwestern side of Zov. They were attacked by one of the Iliad counselors, Artemis, and they were left in ruin. The entire woods is almost gone.
Concerning, it appears as though the Ilias want to declare war on the world.
So it seems.
I don't think they would do that without proper confidence. I worry what they might have up their sleeves.
Indeed. Announcing the Asphodel Syndicate, as you see, as Esmeralda gives off another another booming roar and entering from the Dimitri.
Syndicate?
The Asphod, as you see stepping into the ballroom, is Pluto beside two other figures that seem to be on either side of them. Two figures that you don't seem to recognize, but they seem to be along part of this Asphodel Syndicate as Pluto enters into the foyer. As Shoban kind of looks off and he's like, that's a little concerning, but a little daunting.
Yes, indeed. I do believe we had something to ask him, though, pointing at Pluto. Rory, would you like to go take care of that now before he gets into conversation with any others?
That might be for the best. Yeah, I'll head that way. It was good seeing you again, Shivan.
It was great seeing you too. Good luck with what you have to ask of this one. All right.
Of course.
And you and Rory and Erud leave. What is Splint doing by any chance? Is he just accompanying the?
So I think Splint is right now. He's going around just like walking around like he's walking around his neighborhood town, not a care in the world. He's looking from side to side. He's looking at food if there is food. He's listening to the music if there is music.
Mm-hmm.
Is there music playing?
You seem to so stepping into this ball in the first place. You kind of feel this waft of a lot of magic seems to be placed over this ball area. For one, you start understanding what everybody is saying around you. You've gone from not understanding a word from anyone to all of a sudden everybody's speaking Undercommon as you can suddenly hear what everybody is talking and saying about. Another thing that you can hear is the distant but still omnipresent kind of soft music that seems to be playing, this like sort of violin kind of very ballroom fancy kind of violin music that seems to be that you can hear not really from a specific point in the ball, just all over the place.
I think he's walking around. Where's my character on the map right now?
Your character should have been with the group, but if it's a little weird, I don't know where it went. But you could just drag your character from Here, I'll do it real quick. Beep. There you are.
Yeah, I think Splint's gonna walk over, maybe to this guy named Zuen, Zune, whatever his name is.
Oh,
He
Zuen.
goes up to that person. Zuen. Yeah,
Yes.
why not?
I didn't realize Zuen still had his name visible. But yes, but yeah, you walk up to this like silver dragon, silver dragonborn, with this like instead of like this formal attire, he's wearing very similar to like the Red Order with this like very adorned plate armor kind of as Zuen as you approach Zuen.
Hello there.
Hi, hi.
Uh,
Can I help
do
you?
you, this is my first time on one of these events, and I can speak to people, which is new. Um, can I borrow a minute of your time real quick?
Yeah. Yes, of course.
What brings you to events like this? I'm here for a certain reason. I think
Oh
that
well.
doesn't matter. Why are you here?
Well, for one, I am Zuen, a member of the Acadia. My appearance is not. Yeah, my appearance is normally that of a younger silver dragon. But this
Of course.
I'm here because my Acadian brothers had hosted this event.
Do you attend a lot of them? Is there a lot of events like this, or?
There's the occasional at the in the capital, but I don't really much leave the capital.
Is it honestly this music? It's so great. Do you know who makes it?
I'm not sure. It's
It's
a magic.
coming from a sourceless kind of.
It's it's an enchantment that's been placed on the ball. It's a common.
That makes a lot of sense. I was looking for a bard.
Yes, it's music
Yeah.
that seems to be almost like pulled from the memories, from memories past of the Caldera family that plays or that most often the Calderas are the ones that provide the music. But after they provide the music, it's sort of uh, imprinted into magic and plays over top of the Acadia or the event.
You said you've been to multiple. Thank you for the information. You've been to multiple events, correct?
Yes, as a counselor, I am
Would
often
you,
invited to formal events.
if you wouldn't mind, what's one of the most amusing things you've seen happen at one of these events?
One of the most amusing. Um, that would really depend on your taste of comedy.
Of course it does.
I have seen a lot of failed events. I've seen a lot of disastrous events at formal events. One would call disastrous, but others would call amusing. But it's really depending on your taste of comedy, I guess.
You seem incredibly important here. Do you know anyone who will be serving food?
Oh, of course. There's a table. We had hired the bartender from the Lucky Griffin uh, to uh, to provide food and drinks. He kind of
Oh,
gestures
from
to
the
the
Lucky
other end of
Griffin.
the other end of the ball where this large long table is set up. It seems to have a lot of trees sprouting out from the other side of the table, but there seems to be all manner of food and drinks that are being served.
The last thing I say to him before I leave is, any recommendations on the food?
Well, personally, as a dragon, I mostly have my share of Stone, but I don't think a gnomish figure like yourself would care for that.
Well, I don't think so. But thank you for the recommendation. And Splint is gonna go and get food.
Okay. Uh, meanwhile, as Pluto makes their appearance in uh into the ball, Erud, Rory, and I'm assuming Junji and Violette, you all approach Pluto as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You see Pluto
Uh-huh.
is standing there
I actually
with
don't know
these.
what you say.
You see Pluto approach has a kind of very like emotionless kind of reaction to the overall ball as he kind of like emotionlessly, almost elven like, kind of like examines the room and sees you all approach. Beside him are two figures you haven't seen before. One of them is a older gentleman, smaller in stature, wearing this well tailored kind of like suit without the suit jacket, the sleeves rolled up on either side, and with these like piercing, almost like magical kind of like light blue kind of coloring, like ice. And the other is a huge and very ghostly looking like skeletal knight with these curved horns on on the helmet, and this very darkened plate armor. A folded up scythe is on his back, and he just this very emotionlessly skeletal face kind of just looks about the rest of the group. But you can definitely see that the figure on the left is very in it for like a bodyguard. But
Real quick, you mentioned he had a scythe, but you
Mhm.
mentioned in the like retcon thing we did earlier that
Yes.
his weapon was actually
Pluto is the one with the bident. This guy has an actual scythe.
okay.
It's not
So
the scythe it's not like the weapon that you're looking for.
all right, so the one that was in Rory's vision was a
The one that
Biden.
is in Rory's vision, Rory, looking as you approach, you don't see Pluto's bident, but you still see something familiar as as adorned on his wrists that cover up his entire forearm are these very like white and goldish, like almost celestial looking arm braces that you recognize before. These are not you don't recognize these like visually, but you recognize that in your vision you saw that each of the people that had these weapons, their forearms kind of glowed before flashing into these magical weapons. So you can almost kind of see that this is their visual representation, these arm bracers of white and gold on his forearm, that seem to be the thing you're looking for.
Real quick, you said they look celestial. Do they have any celestial writing on them? Because I can read celestial.
From this perspective, no, but it looks like they don't seem to have a lot. They don't seem to have any like writing. They look very bland and like like a very bland kind of like white forearm with like these gold rims on either end of these cylindrical armaments.
I'll let you take the lead on this one, Rory.
All right. He kind of goes up to Pluto and reaches a hand out. Pluto, it's good to see you here.
It is not my best. It is not my suitable environment, but it is definitely something that I probably should attend. Can I help you with anything?
Well, I remember you having a bident on you. I kind of glance at his bracers. We were looking into this weapon that that Zeus seems to be after the whole
Yes, the Trojan.
him talking to Scylla.
Yes, Scylla. Yes.
Do you have anything else to know about the Trojan?
There is much to know about the Trojan, but whether or not it is prevalent in this current situation is debatable. Why do you ask?
Well, uh, full disclosure, I had a vision, one that involved celestial bracers, your Bident, along with 3 other weapons, and what looks to be the army of the Trojan, fighting off the Oblivion.
I see. Pray tell, do you know the origins of this vision?
Yeah, it was given to me by my patron, Jormungandr.
You see, as you say the name Jormungandr,
He's
his
been-
eyes bolden. A sense of recognition crosses over his face.
Can I roll an insight to see whether it's like a good or a bad like vibe?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, all right. Let me make sure.
As he says, interesting. Yes, the Trojan is part of the
Would you?
is not entirely the weapon, but
That's
these
a 10.
10. You're not sure? He doesn't seem to be. He seems to be hiding some. He seems to know some. There's a clear visual recognition that seems to, like, he knows who Rory is talking about. Whether or not it's a good or a bad thing, you're not able to pick up. But as he says, yes, the Trojans, the Trojan is that of an army. These obsidian warriors that were destined and foretold to defeat this ancient evil that would come from the stars. And these as he shows off his bracers, these weapons, when all 14 are used in unison, were meant to command the Trojans. The Inheriar, as they are called, the foot soldiers of the Trojan.
So he's looking for the rest of these weapons?
He is looking for, in this specific scenario, he is looking for a part of the Trojan. A collection of Inheriar that he believes is somewhere within the city of Uruk.
All right. Where I this might feel a little. Where did you get those bracers by chance? Is there a woman involved?
I had acquired these bracers from no woman, but I had discovered these.
Where
Discovered?
did you happen to discover them, if you don't mind divulging?
The vestiges, as they are called, these weapons that control the Trojan, are scattered across Cerdonia. Most of them have been found, and I am one to have found them, but they are found in a myriad of different places.
Do you happen to know who has?
All right.
I know Erud was about to ask something, but then Rory interrupted with something.
I just said, do you know
What?
who
No,
found them?
he just broke up to me.
Yeah, I think it just
Yeah.
stopped picking me.
Rory, Dimitri, that's definitely on your end because I think there's the delay again. I can see Anna just laughing.
Sorry, I have push to talk on. So like, you can't always get like all of my comments, but I am laughing.
But anyways, Erud asks, do you know? And he says, yes, I believe. Though there are a few that still remain undiscovered, a multitude of them have primarily been found in Ampharina, which has been discovered to be the origins of the Trojan. Makes sense. The vestiges are now in the hands of the Ampharinian council known as the Cerdonia.
And would one of those council members happen to look like, and then he's going to give like a description of the drawing Kryn showed him?
You can also like, do you not have like minor illusion? You can like draw.
Oh, yeah.
This woman.
I do.
So you conjure up minor illusion using this, of this figure as he says. Ooh. I'm gonna need another insight check from you, from whoever wants to.
I mean, I don't have the
Yes,
best
Dimitri,
insight.
you can also roll insight check.
15.
Okay,
That's
on
better than
15
last
and an
time.
18.
Wait, hold on, I'm getting it pulled up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I want to roll one too, because everyone else.
Whoa.
Oh dear.
Junji is not inciting.
Good
we did
lord,
do this. We knew this,
Anna,
guys.
on a 21 to insight. Good lord. Okay.
Yippee!
Guys, we knew Junji was
Split,
stupid. This was gonna
Split,
start
you're on
with-
the other. Split is on the other side of the room as from
Flint,
these people.
Flint is rolling insight to see how what the bartender thinks of him.
Wait, this is a dry ball. There's a bartender.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
there's
serving
a
juice
bar.
vendor?
There's still a bar, but it's not selling alcoholic drinks.
It's just a juice vendor.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going up there after
so,
we talk.
so one of the Rascal siblings that you had actually met explained that there are alcoholic beverages. They're just not alcoholic. They still taste like the usual beverage. They still taste like the normal beverage. They've just removed the ability to make you drunk.
Oh, don't worry. I got a bottle of wine I brought in. Anyway.
On an,
Oh my god, Splint has 2 bottles.
On a 15 and an 18, you definitely recognize this woman. On a 21, there's a you recognize the familiarity, like familiar expression of, I recognize this woman. How do you know this? He's very confused as to how you know these people, know this person. And there's just like an overarching very like confusion on his face, as to how exactly you know this person, but he seems to wave it off as he says, no, none of the Seldarin look like this woman. Have you encountered this person?
Not yet.
No, one of our new companions is looking for them. He's gonna point over to Kryn. That one.
Okay. He says, interesting. I must have a word with that person eventually, but
Yes, they appear to be busy right now. Maybe in a week or so.
he goes, well then, Is there anything else you would like to discuss, or am I permitted entry into the ball?
One
Uh,
more thing.
We didn't.
We have an idea. We would like to hear your thoughts on it. We know Zeus to be working with the Chained Oblivion, or Eris, in some capacity, in that she is ostensibly his master.
Yet another, how
Although,
the fuck do you know that expression crosses his phrase?
didn't we? I'm pretty sure we told that to him. Like,
I asked him.
God.
I know I asked him.
I think a maybe. Whether it's
Either
not
way.
more, it's not a face of like how the fuck do you know that? It's about the Chained Oblivion. It's about Zeus working for the Chained Oblivion.
Mm.
Either way, and although it appears that he doesn't have too much respect for her direct orders, given how he forced Scylla out of hibernation, so it be, even though apparently that was a direct order from the Chained Oblivion. Do you
Everything
think
that man does is for everything that man does for the Chained Oblivion, he does in servitude of the Chained Oblivion. He does so with the intent of being able to rule along her side. This is him being the teacher's pet, as I believe it is referred to. He wants to win good praisal, and in doing so he wishes to dominate this continent.
intriguing? Normally, when a student wants to impress the teacher, they don't disobey direct orders given to other students, but I suppose it could be a more see what I am capable of thing, yes?
Perhaps.
So
Scylla
you think
was
it would be...
Scylla was
continue.
a being that had its own free will, if not more free will than Zeus had. And Scylla decided to simply remain under the orders of the Chained Oblivion. But Zeus seems to be attempting to show more favor in terms of taking control of this continent. And he wants to do so in order to be remembered, be feared, and perhaps slaying Scylla was an attempt to bolster that notion, bolster the fear that he inflicts onto Ilios, or onto all of Zov. But we can never know.
Do you think there is any connection with Zeus specifically seeking out the Trojan army, which is ostensibly created specifically to deal with a threat that we assume is the Chained Oblivion? Or do you think it is more of a weapon of convenience to him?
The Chained Oblivion has not only asked the Ilios for the Council of Ilios for that to find the Trojan. He has asked Eris has asked a numerous array of her followers to do so, and it is simply to nullify the threat. If they have the weapon that can kill them, then they don't need worry about the weapon that can kill them.
So it is indeed a targeted search and more than just a pawn of power. That is very good to know. Thank you for all of your answers. Do you have anything, Rory?
So I've asked him about the name Eris before. That we
Yes.
decided.
You
Okay.
asked about he knows the Chained Oblivion by the name Eris.
That's
But
all.
you haven't asked about the correlation between the cities and whatnot.
I don't mean to take up more time, but do you know much about the Latoku tribes?
I am not familiar with the Latuko tribes, but mostly because they are vultures, if anything. They have taken over what had been left behind by other civilizations to build their own. So I care not for
That
them.
is, I mean, I think that's more what I'm interested in. It just it's strange. They're from what I've heard. I haven't been able to discover anything because of everything being taken over. But a city of Eris lost because of the Latoku tribes. Have you heard of that before?
City of Eris? No. Why?
My, well, I heard of the city of Eris. Then that was an ancient, or maybe not ancient, but a destroyed city that not much is known about anymore. I hope
Pray
that
tell,
you
where
were.
have you heard of this?
Oh God! Well, this is the point where my -1 to deception comes in.
This is why you take charisma-based sorcerer, Rory.
Hey, the whole point was that he is not charismatic at all.
Now, Constitution Sorcerer is so
How
goddamn
dare
good.
you choose? How dare
It
you
is
choose from a
very
homebrew
good.
that I chose from?
It is very nice to have 74 hit points as a sorcerer.
Not to mention the fucking concentration.
Oh God, yeah.
All right, lie coming up. Definitely not believable. I heard something of the city during Zeus and Scylla's talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a deception check on that. Well, actually, no, that's not a
Yeah.
deception because you've heard of that. You have heard of.
I didn't
you
hear
did
the city of
from-
Eris.
You didn't hear of the city, but you did hear of Eris. From,
I mean, I'll do persuasion.
if you want to do,
I'm actually
I'll
proficient
say persuasion
in
or
that.
deception, your choice. Are you trying to persuade him that you
I-
saw about what you had, about the truth you had seen, or are you trying to lie in order to avoid?
This
Which-
is
which
very
one
much a
matters
lie.
to you more?
He caught me.
Persuading or
He caught me in a lie, and I am trying to lie. 7.
He definitely see. You can definitely see on his face. He says, "Right. Well, I believe we are done here." And he kind of walks past you all.
Thank you for your time.
It's like Baldur's Gate, where he's like, "Pluto disapproves."
Listen, this motherfucker already lied to us. I say we get one for free.
He walks further into the room, announcing Lady Enlil and Lord Hadad of the fuck. What is it called?
Lord of the fuck.
Is this canon?
Of
Yes,
the
we're on
Adorned.
board.
Lady Enlil and Lord Hadad of the Adorned. As you see, you would have heard them appear before they showed up. As you see two massive adult-looking dragons, one blue and one red, boom, crash down to the land at the entrance of this gala event before they seem to polymorph into two separate dragonborns. One of them, the red dragon, polymorphs into a more female-presenting dragonborn, still red in color, with these blue and this blue dress and all of this like satin shawls kind of adorned on them. The blue dragon polymorphs into a large and hulking dragonborn that almost looks like they just came back from like a blacksmith as they both walk in, announcing Lady Enlil and Lord Hadad of the Adorned.
Have we
But
heard these guys?
You have not heard of these guys. Let me actually make sure.
Sorry, I got the
They don't
first
ring a bell.
polymorph. What was the second polymorph? What did they polymorph into? Sorry.
They polymorphed into a masculine, large and hulking blue dragonborn that almost looks like they came back from a blacksmith.
Okay, gotcha.
And the name. Yeah, they would have just called it the Adorned.
Okay, real quick, this might be a dumb question, but I'm hovering over their little tokens and I don't see a name pop up.
That's because I didn't give you access, bitch. Hold on.
Damn.
My bad. What else
There
we
we
got?
go.
Shit.
Enlil and Hadad.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Iris.
And then also let me put Pluto's name on there.
Trying to cross.
But
Pluto
as
off
they
my
approach,
list.
do you approach them or do you go somewhere else? Because there are other people in this party.
I mean, I ain't got no one to, so Arrow's going to get some juice.
All right.
Fucking been
I'm
feeding
going with
that
him.
juice all day.
I am plastered and stumbling behind him.
Erud and Violette go to the bar. Rory, Junji.
My parents aren't here at the moment.
Not
I
yet.
figure. All right,
Okay, next
I
idea.
can. I'm gonna listen around for anyone that is actively from the Lotuku tribes. If that's okay.
Wait,
I'm not,
man.
it is okay. It is okay. But you can go ahead and do so. I'm gonna tell you outright there's not anyone here from Lotuko tribes. The only people actually
feel
from
like I asked
the people
this
who
earlier.
have come from the Lotuko tribes is Group 6.
On DM, I have some crucial information
Where are
about the
they?
Tuco tribe, but I don't know if I
Wait,
should say
so do
anything
Do you
about.
want to?
Phil,
So Rory goes to the bar
Phil,
where
Phil,
Ishmael
Phil.
is.
From
Yeah.
the Lotuku tribe?
If it comes up, I will say something. If it does,
Do
if it
I
comes
know
up.
he's from
Wait,
there?
do you?
I have
Wait,
some
no,
information.
spill the tea.
Well, I'm sitting in the corner drinking moderately.
Okay,
I
and
mean,
I'm trying to beg to
Right,
fucking
you
spike
would
juice.
know that Rory, that I think they brought it up in order to go and find King Romanov, where they found him in Virifteria. They had to pass through the Lotuko tribes.
No,
they had-
King back first episode when we met him.
Yes. Well, you met him like,
Yeah.
2 episodes ago, but the
Yeah,
first episode was
yeah.
in the Lotuko. Was like the first 4 episodes, at least 3 for you, I think, were in the Lotuko tribes.
hmm But I do have information from the tribe if it comes up.
Alright.
So you
Fucking-
can't spill any tea right now.
Rory
So you-
goes
I
up
mean,
to-
I can.
You
Rory
would
goes
like
up to
We'll make it less.
So yeah, probably in your
I plan on
investigation, you
talking
probably
to
would have just
Splint
like asked.
later.
You can just go up and ask
Yeah.
Splint if you'd like to.
That's true. You can just do that.
Dang, Pluto didn't know anything about the Latugo tribe. Now who am I gonna ask?
Why don't I ask the people I've been with for barely a
in the
day?
corner.
Ew.
Honestly, I'd probably like look around for people, get exasperated, and be like, "Well, I wanted to talk to Splint anyways, since now we can actually talk."
So Splint
I am
is in the
running at
corner
full
with his
speed
legs on
behind
the table. His legs are on the table. He is 3'4", by the way.
On the
Up high
table?
shot.
There's not even a
I didn't know
He
that.
is. He's 3'4".
Splint, there's no chairs.
Splint.
It's not a it's a bar,
So-
but like there's no chairs or stools. It's kind of like a it's like a
Oh, I thought-
display. It's like for like a
I
buffet.
thought these were
kinda,
tables and
basically.
chairs in the corner.
It's a bar
Well,
like a
his
buffet.
feet are
almost.
on it.
There's a bar without stools.
It's more
Cool.
like a buffet.
I'm
than
somewhere
it-
around
than
it.
it is
Sitting
an
isn't
actual...
fancy.
Yeah.
Having a
Yeah.
drink in your hand and swirling it around like pompously is fancy.
That's fancy.
Invents
God.
Exactly what
people
I'm doing.
so.
I hate rich people. Anyways, keep.
Me too, girl. Me too.
You're a noble. Anyway, at some point, I would probably get exasperated and head over towards Splint.
Okay. As you do, you kind of hear in the distance, you hear Esmeralda announce other people. Some of them just random patrons. Some just like random names, not even from like anything. The only one that seems to have like a title, and the one that seems, if you even look behind them, announcing Captain Kidamonas of the island of Mineros.
Let's go!
Motherfucker.
and stepping into the room, there seems to be a kind of like green-skinned humanoid woman that seems to have like this almost ornate masquerade mask that like with these tinted lenses that seem to conceal their eyes as they look into the room. On either side, there's a woman that seems like this druidic woman that has this like large auburn leafy kind of sun hat and adorned in this like druidic attire, and the other is just a blob, like a blue plasmoid in the form of this like ball with these big little eyes, and then behind them, towering over them a good 10 feet, is this massive plasmoid in the form of a dragon that just walks into the room. Before kind of looking around, you can see the red, out of everybody here, the most like sheepish and like nervous looking one is the red dragon, who kind of just looks around and before shrinks into a very similar ball to the blue plasmoid, just the fact, but just like a lot larger, and kind of just slow, and the four of them all kind of just move into the room.
Iris, baby, you were cutting out for most of that. Did
Love
he
to
go
hear
into
that.
the form of the maggot?
No, just an orb.
Was
a
that just-
slimy
was that-
orb.
Did everybody kind of like hear me cut out? Or?
It was very choppy the whole time.
Yeah.
I got that he was the form of a
fucking-
maggot and
I think dragon.
something
I
else.
think you misheard dragon.
Dragon.
I
Dragon.
fucking love
Okay,
my internet. My internet is.
That's how it be.
I love talking
Sorry,
about stuff
baby.
for like
I'm sorry.
5
I live in
minutes,
the
and
country,
people.
so I get
I love talking about
graphics.
shit for 5 minutes to find out my internet's been shitty and everybody just didn't hear a fucking word I said.
I got most of
I
it.
visualized that a
know.
lot differently than it should have.
I got
I got
Four
most of
individuals
it.
walk in. Four individuals walk in. Two of them humanoid. Two of them plasmoid. One of the plasmoids is in the form of a dragon before shrinking into into a very similar size, like into a much larger ball-like form to the blue plasmoid. As you all approach Split.
Gotcha.
Are we all going to Splint?
Do you Well, do you want to?
I am
I've asked only 3 times.
I'm very interested in this plasmoid dragon now. I think I'm gonna hang back and talk to the plasmoid dragon because I am very
Oh,
interested
dear
in what
Lord.
these guys are.
The funny
Okay.
goofy guy.
You go and
The
do
funny
that, and
goofy
Leif
guy.
and Leif
Gotta
kind
have
of like
the guy.
Leif kind of body
We're one and the
chaperones you as
same.
well.
This is out of
But
character. Me and them are the same.
Violet is like
Alright.
running on Splint's heels. Okay,
As
she's
you-
just so
as-
interested.
Violet, as Violet, Rory, and Erud all approach Splint, Junji is behind them until Kidamonas is announced, and you turn around and immediately beeline for the giant plasmoid dragon. But while they do that, you approach Splint.
You see Splint fixing his tie. He's trying his best to fix it. It doesn't work that well.
Can I offer to fix it for him? Violet tries, but stumbles and falls because she's so drunk. Anyways, he.
It's a dry.
He brought
Somehow,
Where's the
somewhere.
water come from?
I have. Isn't my prop like a bottle of wine?
No, don't worry. I have 2 in my bag.
I mean, thank you. I mean, I know it's empty, but like, she's got a problem. Okay, let her be.
An empty bottle shows commitment to, I don't know.
Finishing.
Real.
Yeah, real. So how's this ball is great. The music is amazing.
Yeah, it is. Of the calderas. I feel like we're never formally introduced.
Yes, Splint. Tell me
I
about
remember
yourself.
about myself. Well, there's not much. I mean, I barely get to speak. It's quite nice being under the spell for a minute. It's nice being able to conversate. That's nice. What would you like to know?
What's your favorite color?
Dark gray.
Dark
Gray? Really?
Dark gray. Yeah. It reminds me of my mom.
My favorite mineral.
Oh, that sounds like mommy issues. Mine's purple,
I am a
by
deep
the way.
note.
Oh, real. Okay, so you definitely got some type of like parental issues kind of vibe.
I think that's right.
Well, yeah. I mostly put my parental issues on one of my best friends
Oh, really?
over there. Yeah, they're great.
Gotcha.
They're smart.
He points to this like tall,
wanna,
like
like-
this short-looking Verdan woman, green skin and like pointy ears.
And
Should I go say hi to her, or should I just like chill out?
I recommend talking to her over me. She's more interesting.
Oh,
You see at the
okay.
moment, Kryn is actually has been pulled aside by Pluto.
Okay, so I'm not gonna.
oh.
Maybe another day.
That's their
Yeah.
problem. They should have been here.
Real.
Honestly, yeah.
Fucking real.
This is incredible. This is fun though.
Yeah, it's great.
It's like Ferb talking from Phineas and Ferb.
I think that we should spike the juice, though. On a real note.
Now that's canonized.
Arrow will
I've been
pipe up
drinking
and just be
my
like,
wine
you
for
will
a
do no
long
such
time.
thing.
Please, why not?
You
Because I want to drink
see
the-
Splint reach into his bag and pull out a little flask, and he drinks from it.
Oh my god, dude! My character is about to make out with your character. Don't put the flask away. Put the flask away.
He gives it to you. He doesn't need it.
So you don't drink?
I drink a lot. It's a problem. I've noticed.
Same. Have I told you about my
it's-
ex-husband?
You have an ex-husband.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it turns out he was cheating on me with his cousin. So it's a little nuts, but it's why
That
I like.
sounds. That sounds rough. I think.
No, definitely. I don't think
In a
it's easy.
relationship, unless
But I
you
think
count.
it's why I
She's
think
a
it's why I
friend.
picked up alcoholism. Oh, who's a friend? Wait, say that again. You cut.
Well, Kryn is. Well, he used to be my only friend for a very long time, but then I met
Okay.
these new people, and then people died. So
Real.
A
My
lot
cousin died
happened.
apparently.
Apparently, a lot
Okay.
of stuff is happening. Apparently.
Yeah,
Oh.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, real. Thank
I'm
you for the
going to go
flask.
get-
I really appreciate it. I think I'm gonna pour it. So, Violette's gonna run to the bartender and can she flirt with him? Can I do a check for that somehow?
um, sure. You go
As
and
soon
do
as
that.
Arud-
I'm gonna get back
Arud
to you in
are
a
going towards
second.
As soon as Arud sees her going towards the bar, he's going to go get himself some juice before it gets spiked.
Okay, real. What should I roll? Charisma, probably, right?
I'm gonna get. I'll get back to you in a second, Anna.
Sorry, I know this is a side quest. Anyways, keep.
Side quest to get everyone wasted.
You guys have to feel my pain, you know?
Arud is going to try and stop you from doing that. By the way, that's something that's going to happen.
If he tries, I'm gonna give him a
Leaving
kiss.
Rory to be the only one to do anything productive. It's all up to
You don't
Rory
need to be
now.
productive. It's a ball. It's a ball. No
Hey, don't exclude
productivity here.
Gingy. He's gonna go talk to the orb. Maybe there's lore. Maybe there's
The
lore.
lore,
there.
The lore.
Shut up! Shut up!
Hey, Rory, did you have something you wanted to ask Splint?
Oh man, I don't fucking know. Everything kind of went off the rails.
Just say, geez, it
I
was a
forgot
shame
about
Pluto
that.
didn't know about that
Wait.
tribe.
You came up to Splint wanting to ask about the Latuco tribes.
Well, yeah, but I don't actually know he's from that.
Just
You
vent
know
to
that-
him. Vent to bro.
Just meant to him.
Bro. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me in Bible
Guys,
scripture.
it's-
Sorry,
Oh my
anyways.
God.
It's like a quarter after 3. Please.
Splint, right? We've been traveling together for about a day now.
Yeah, about a day. Time feels
Uh,
interesting.
It does. It feels like it's been a long time, while not. But I guess we just never really formally met. I'm Rory. I've met most of your compatriots as they have alike tongues.
Yeah. It is good. It's good to meet all of you. You all seem good, I think. Being outside is still very much, well, I mean outside, we're currently inside. Outside is interesting. I remember me and Kryn not like a week ago escaping the Underdark and getting, I might be getting this info, but we got to the Latuka tribe like immediately. So yeah, so basically, Splint explains that there is a tunnel from the Underdark to the Latuka tribe very close. And yeah, that was
You
our
you
first-
know the tunnel was manufactured by the Behir that you that
Yeah. I
Well,
explained that whole story.
You escaped from the
Well,
Underdark?
Escape is an interesting. Yes and no. Escaping. I did escape the Underdark, but it's more of like crossing locations. The sun was very interesting. The moon. Ooh, the stars are my favorite. The stars are my favorite. Seeing it remind me of the light, the mushroom lights. It reminds me of those, but they're much more farther away. At least that's what Kryn tells me. They're very far away.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Yeah.
You said you went to the Latoku tribes after that, correct?
Yeah, we did. We went. We fought this animal that was, I think, 100% our fault. Um, we let there's this big animal that we kind of like. It was kind of our fault that it showed up, and so we had to take care of business.
What?
And that's where I'm other other people.
Oh, I see. How do you make a big animal your fault?
Well, it was a, correct me if I'm wrong, DM, a bahir, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a bahir. It was actually, we were like hitting it and hurting it so it gets like out, like it found the most optimal path out to the world.
You
Oh,
And
basically
like
found
we
it.
used it
You
to
fought
get
it in the
out.
Underdark, and you found it in the under. You fought it in the Underdark, and it coaxed itself up into the surface, where it then started
Yeah, that's what
terrorizing
happened.
the Latuko people.
And then we took
oh,
care of it afterwards.
I'm glad you took care of it. Damn.
Yeah, they did most of the work. I think I just got 2 shots in. I don't remember exactly. It's been a long week.
It certainly has.
It's been a long week.
I'll. I've been looking all over this ball for anyone that knew anything about the Lotuku tribes. You
Yeah,
wouldn't
great
happen to.
people.
No?
Oh, well, I just know that they're great people and that there
Oh,
isn't quite nice over there. They did a lot for us. They took us in. No way. They gave us that hospitality, which was nice. Other
that's
people can be so mean, or at least act like it, but those people were really nice. They did a lot for us.
well, that's good. I'm glad they were there for you during that time.
Mhm. It's really nice being able to talk with people. Oh, that's really nice.
I,
My
I bet.
cramp from signing multiple languages that I don't know.
I gotta
Um,
teach my bro comprehend languages.
That might be on the table. I I mean, yeah, it's I can't imagine how hard it'd be for that sort of thing.
yeah. If it wasn't for Kryn, I wouldn't have. I don't think I would ever leave. I mean, but she really wanted to go. I wasn't gonna leave her alone. Like, might as well go. Change my whole life. Because why not?
Why not?
I've lived for a long time.
How long?
I think, like, I think we're in our, or like mid 50s. I think.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Damn,
I think 55.
Wild.
Last time I checked.
55. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm sorry if I feel kind of antsy. I just don't have my gun with me.
no,
It's been a while
that
since I have had it on me.
Trigger fingers itching.
you guys, you guys left that in Uruk.
Yeah, I left it for some modifications. Um, you just see him fidgeting with stuff.
I don't think I have anything to give him. Um, do you do you get anxious about this sort of thing all the time? Not having a weapon on you?
Well, I think it's because I don't. Well, I've always had the firearm with me. Um, I think it's been the first time in like 2 weeks that I don't have it on me immediately.
I see.
I think it's more of a new experience. Who? DM, who's around us right now?
At the moment, mostly just you are at the top of still at the table area. Mostly
Yeah.
just Red Order soldiers, the bartender that you recognize from the Lucky Griffin, which was the tavern you all had convened at. There seems to be this like yellow dragonborn in like these red and dark royalty attire that you can kind of guess is Shamash as they look look out at the rest of the ball. There seems to be some oncoming like guests that are just coming over to grab something to eat. The most present and most like outstanding of which seems to be this like this woman with like this tall woman and like dressed in like all of this like golden royalty are adorned. She was here when you first she was here at the ball before you all first arrived, and she seems to be accompanied by this like small Kenku woman in like these blue robes and hood, and beside and kind of bodyguarding her seems to be these like constructs of like floating glass that seem to be wielding like these spears and kind of just walking in. But aside from Shamash, these individuals and the Red Order, that's about it. But you also pass this other bronze dragonborn, who you can guess is Marduk.
Okay. Splint right now, I think he's just checking in he's quickly glancing at around him. And he's gonna take out some tools from his Tinker's Tools kit and start fidgeting with some of the bullets.
Okay.
Takes a handful of bullets and places them on the table. Like a bunch of coins.
Okay.
What are those?
These? Interesting. I made these in bulk before we left because we didn't plan it, but I made a bunch of these. And like maybe the third day, I got one of my friends to help me make a modification to the firearm. I no longer need these. So I'm repurposing them. I'm thinking of making something. I don't know what though.
Interesting. And you, to be honest, I spaced most of that for some reason. You said those were explosives?
Yeah, each one is a high capacity explosive. You load this into basically a hand cannon, a controlled explosive device. I don't have much experience in creating firearms. I'm pretty good at shooting though. I rarely miss, and if I miss, it's on me. There was this one time where we were fighting these werewolves, and I stuck a piece of silver coin into the gun and shot it because we were in a tough spot. I did that 3 times, and on the 4th, it broke my gun, and I had to beg Kryn to help me fix it. I'm in debt, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. I love these little things, and as he like holds up the little bullets. I remember making each one. He starts like opening one and stuff with the Tinker's tools, like carefully opening them.
Just getting gunpowder all over the table. My goodness. Ilias. Let's see. What do I have in my bag?
You can see the text messages that I'm sending is basically just like as this conversation is going on, Esmilda is still like announcing other people entering in. You can hear them.
Yeah.
You can hear Zoora of Havakahiri, the Rascul family makes their appearance. A this Leonin warrior known by the name of the Chimera of Ilios makes their appearance. But one that probably catches your eye, at least I don't know because it didn't seem to catch your ear, is Lord Gilgamesh.
I saw that one.
As this large hulking white Leonin makes an appearance. Beside that, mounted on this massive black dragon, with a fucking triceratops head, and a giant clubbed tail, as this figure walks in, and this black dragon kind of pushes back off and places itself atop the ball, looking on like Ningirsu and Nurgle seem to be doing. But anyway, you were saying.
Let's see. I was just looking through what I had. I don't really think I have anything that could help him out too much.
As you're
Hey,
looking for stuff, he starts to pack like the powder into like this container. He starts like tightly packing it in. As he's just having a normal conversation with you, just slowly packing in this dark powder to a
Intriguing. I know you're anxious, and you are here without your weapon. Let me give you a couple things.
Oh, that's really nice.
He kind of reaches in. he reaches into a bag of holding, pulls out a dagger first off, because I don't think there are any weapons on you. And next, 3 inky looking chess pieces. They look to be pawns.
He holds his hand
They
out.
kind of... Yeah, here. These are... they were given to me as a boon from someone that helped us out in the past. They're supposed to protect you from harm, or at least a little bit. He kind of puts them on a chain, hands them to you along with the dagger.
Oh, thank you so much. He puts on the chain and holds the dagger. Thank you so much for this.
No, of course. I know it's not what you normally use, but something tells me there's probably going to be a fight at the end of tonight.
Oh, I was thinking that too. As he packs this like ball of like gunpowder.
Announcing Lord Tithonus and Lady Aurora of House Borealis.
That is my parents. I should probably get to them soon. You said those are explosives. Do you have a light for them?
He glances around. Is there any like magical fire? Any candles anywhere?
I
There
flick my
is a lot of
fingers.
like lantern light all over. There is some lantern lights that seem to be floating about like 10, 15 feet in the air.
He gives a calculated glance at each flame around him, and he says, "I can definitely do something with the surroundings."
Okay. Just let me know, because if this does turn into a battle, I tend to be around a lot of the battlefield, and I can light it if need be.
Quick question, DM, for mechanical purposes.
Mhm.
If I use 5 bullets to make a small explosive, can you give me the stats for the small explosive?
It would be the equivalent of like 5 damage rolls of your weapon.
Oh, damn.
Without your modifier. It would be just like
Yeah, that
5
makes
rolls
sense.
of your dice, basically. So like if you roll
So I
like
don't add
1d8,
plus 6.
if you like roll 1d8 plus, if you roll 1d8 plus like say Dex for your
Mhm.
weapon damage, it would just using 5 bullets would be 5d8.
So it's 5d10 since it's a d10. So it'd
Okay,
be
so
5d10.
then 5
Okay.
using 5 bullets would be 5d10.
As we're like finishing up this part of the conversation, he like caps the whatever device he was making. It's and he gives it to you. And he puts it in your hands. It's pretty heavy. It's 5 bullets worth. He like reused the container and like shaped the metal out. He gave you a grenade,
Thank you.
a live grenade.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'll.
Yeah. Actually, be careful. And he goes into like explaining the intricacies of this device. Like just be really careful with fire.
Big fast chuckle nuts.
Shrapnel. The shrapnel really hurts.
Shut up, bro.
And the
Sorry.
shrapnel really hurts.
All right.
And
Well,
he shows
thank
a
you.
scar on his left arm
Oh.
where the shrapnel once hit him.
Be
It's
careful
not my
with
first time
fire.
I've made.
Be careful with fire. He says, handing the dude with hair on fire.
I'll be sure to be
Touch your
careful.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You enjoy the ball. I'm sure there are lots of people to talk to.
Mhm.
All right. I head over to my family.
Okay.
Put that in my bag.
Meanwhile,
Iris, baby, I still want to do a check to be able
yeah,
to fucking...
no, we'll get to.
I
We're
want to
getting to
spike
you
the
right
party,
now.
babe.
You
Baby,
walk up
it's my
and you
turn.
see, you walk
Hey.
up and there's this like middle-aged humanoid, stout and smaller in stature, kind of placing different foods and drinks onto the table, as you approach.
Okay, wait, I got humanoid, but humanoid what?
Human.
Just full-on human?
Yeah, he's just human.
Okay, slay. Keep going. Sorry.
Well, you approach. How do you approach him?
You know, she like puts her hair behind her ear and she's shrugging her shoulders and she's giddy and she's like, "Hey, how are you?" You know, like it's a nice ball, right?
You see him just like look to you and say, yes, this is a lovely ball. I'm happy to attend and serve drinks. Would you like them, or would you like some food?
No, I'm not hungry, but I am curious about like you. Like it's like she's wanting to know about him. You know, that kind of vibe.
Arid is going to use message to again whisper, or I guess he writes it down in his book, and then the message appears in their ear. He's gonna message the bartender to just say, "Don't let her near the drinks."
No, run on fly.
you just see him
You
unfazed.
ruined.
You see him like unfazed, looking
In
to you as he says,
character, Arid wants this
um,
fucking juice. Out of character, I don't want everyone here drunk when someone attacks.
You say
fucking cares?
he's as you message him, he seems unfazed as he says, "Well, my name is Quincy. I am the bartender of Lucky Griffin in Uruk, and I am now here serving drinks. Did you want one?"
Cool. Yeah, but I wanted to add my own special ingredient, and
Oh well,
I just wanted your
unfortunately, I don't
permission.
think that. I think that's out of my hands. As he kind of points behind him, and you see the giant trees that are kind of grown into the wall almost behind the table have their own little spigots that are like in the
So-
tree. As he says, it's kind of like how you get sap, except for these are magically attuned so that these spigots draw the drinks from the trees, and they are flavored in all different beverages. So, unfortunately, I don't think you can add anything to the trees. Anna
Give me a
looks
second, I'm
scheming.
pondering.
Pondering.
Yeah, no, I'm pondering. So I think Via like kind of like steps like an inch closer to him, you know, and she's like,
The table
Why are
in
you
between
using
you
slabs
two.
up there? What are you doing?
she's like, well,
Oh, you have to sit
shit. How do I flirt? God.
I ain't getting shit.
Seduce me.
She's like, well, I just wanted to add something, and it's super personal to me, and like it's not a big deal if you say no, but like, you
I'm
know,
sorry, I
I'm
can't-
just trying to hang out.
I'm sorry, but I'm not only am I not I don't really know how to do that. I also I I have a feeling the whole point of the non-alcoholic beverages is something you want to like not I've been specifically told that these are supposed to be non-alcoholic beverages so that our soldiers can actually fight
Iris,
in the morning.
baby, you're cutting out. I'm getting like
Good
3/4 of what
fucking-
you're saying.
Okay, I think I'm gonna be honest. I think I need everybody to turn off their webcams because like I don't know why my performance.
That's okay.
Is having a I'm sorry. You all look amazing.
Thank you,
No, no,
I appreciate it.
but-
But
As
keep going. Keep going.
I can't believe Iris doesn't want to see us anymore.
Yeah, no, I
It's
spent
unbelievable.
2 hours on my hair.
Robbing the
Um,
campaign.
He goes.
Sorry, keep
Well,
going.
I'm sorry, but as much I've been told that I'm not allowed to do that, and also the whole point of them being non-alcoholic beverages is so that everybody can can fight in the morning.
Can I roll something? What can I roll?
I mean, what are you trying to do?
What
Like,
are you trying to do right now?
Probably
He
raise
literally
him up,
told you
right?
that's
I'm
not
trying-
possible.
yeah,
But I'm
cannot
trying to
do
raise him
that.
up, right? Like real. Like I'm trying. I'm
you're
trying
looking for a second husband?
Of course,
Good lord.
probably. His husband cheated on me with his fucking cousin. Anyways, I'm trying to raise him up. So like, right? should I do charisma, like just to see if he?
I don't. I mean,
Could
yeah, you
persuade
can.
it, I mean?
You could definitely roll a. If you're trying to riz, then charisma. But if you're trying to persuade him to try to get the alcoholic beverages, keep in mind this man is like 40, and he's in those like small.
He's 40. Fuck. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
I said like
Keep going.
middle aged.
Yeah, but when you say middle age, I imagine like early 30s. But that's probably something I gotta work on in therapy. Anyways, keep.
If you want to like try to seduce him, then go for charisma. If you want to try to persuade him to do
Alright.
something he
Alright,
physically
alright.
cannot do, then go ahead and roll persuasion. Oh
Baby,
boy.
I rolled a 21.
How do you try to do so?
Babe?
Yeah, wait, sorry.
And she fades.
Sorry,
Mhm.
one
Gone
of my
forever.
favorite children were trying to get out of my.
Oh, your head's unplugged.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna say, and Anna just goes and like starts having lovely conversation and banter with the
So
bartender.
sorry. One of my fur children were trying to fucking get out from under my desk, and they unplugged my headphones, so I did not hear anything you said, Iris. I'm so.
Okay. I'm just how exactly do you attempt to seduce?
Okay. Cleavage is out, babe. Like I pulled on like adjusted the girls. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I am funny. I am trying my hardest to use my riz, and I'm just begging this man to let me pour a little bit of my flask into maybe like the roots of the trees that produce sap, like one of them. You know what I mean?
Oh my god. I don't know how he literally
Arud
like
is there. Arud is there. He is saying, you will do nothing of the sort.
I'm gonna say
so
with Erud,
fucking-
that makes it a disadvantage. So I'm gonna take the 13. I'm gonna say with Erud that makes it disadvantage. So it's gonna be the 13 as he says, "I'm sorry. This is not if it were the Lucky Griffin, everything would be alcoholic. But it's not the Lucky Griffin. This is literally a party
Arnhem,
that is preparing for the end of the Empire. So I would really appreciate that our soldiers wake up not in a hangover for the battle to come. So I'm sorry, I can't help you. And I am also very taken. Thank you."
Okay,
He
well,
seems to register exactly what you were doing, and he's like, "I am very taken. Thank you very
yeah,
much."
no, okay, so I'm I don't even react, you know what I mean? I just instantly turn to Arrow and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm so mad at him right now, I'm about to fucking, I'm getting angry. I'm red cheeks kind
I'm
of
assuming
vibe.
Erud
I'm
has been
mad.
doing this over message, so I don't even.
Well, he is just telling the bartender not to do what she says over message, but he did just say specifically to her, "You will do nothing of the sort."
Yeah, but I'm in his face now. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Come on, we're besties.
In his best, fucking disappointed dad voice, Aaron is just going to say, "What you do with your own alcohol is your business, but you will not be spiking the drinks of everyone at this party. There are people who need to be on their best behavior and of their highest mental aptitude here. Also,
Okay.
I like my juice without alcohol in it." And he's going to take a swig of his juice.
Tell Eru that he doesn't understand my trauma and that we're supposed to be besties and he's supposed to understand me, okay? Violet is just in tears now. She's a whole mess, okay? She's a fucking wreck. Running mascara, her eyeliner was winged and now it's not. Homegirl is gone, okay? And she's just Erud, I thought you loved me, but clearly you didn't. And what the fuck? You know, she's a whole wreck. And
Aaron is very confused. "I met you yesterday."
yeah, okay, you met me yesterday, but you understood me.
Well, I thought I did.
Yeah, but God forbid I want to spike the party.
Quincy's just sitting there, just like. He seems very used to these kind of conversations, but he's still sitting there, just like, okay, well, I'm gonna go over here now.
Well,
Okay,
No,
so
find me-
be it's mad, be she's pissed, okay? She's red cheeks, okay? She's gone. And she's like, Erud, what the fuck, dude? I had a chance with a man and a chance at getting everyone drunk in the party.
He was married, and everyone
Al?
at this party does not want to be.
So was my ex-husband. Sorry.
Good lord.
Whenever you're done with whatever you're doing here, come find me. I can fix that up. I'm going to point to your makeup.
Erud, okay, so at this point, Violet just, gives in to him, and she just, reaches her hand out to him, and she's like, can you just at least, guide me? You know what I mean?
He's going to sigh. He's going to prestidigitate the makeup back to being normal, and he's going to be like, "Okay." He's just going to take her wherever he goes.
Yeah, she
Alright.
just, pissed, she's so angry, but she follows him. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe. She's pissed, but she's whatever.
Okay. You both leave the table, Quincy, very confused. And, and we are going to shift over to Junji.
Yes.
You both approach you followed by Leif, begin to approach this giant plasmoid dragon, and Leif just from behind you goes, "I'm sorry, what are we doing right now? Why are we going over here now? What?"
I'm intrigued, Leif. It's not,
Okay, great. These are guests. These are also I'm sure there are a lot of these guests that are. And this one looks very uncomfortable, but also very intimidating. As you all approach, you try to approach. Are you beelining it for the giant dragon, or are you how are you approaching? Because there are 3 individuals in between you and the dragon.
I see that. don't yell at me again, but I can't see their names.
That's because you don't know their names.
Okay, fine. Okay, fair enough.
I actually, because I didn't mean to yell at you. I'm sorry, but you
No,
do
it's
know.
fine.
You imagine that this person that this is
Okay.
Captain Kidamonas of that had been named the the only person that had been named Captain Kidamonas of the island of Mineros, which seems to just be the entire group is how they're addressed. But
Okay, so I'm gonna turn to I'm gonna turn to Kidamonis and be like, I gotta think about what I say. I was just gonna be like, how did you get a plasmoid that huge and in a dragon form? Because I'm very entranced by it. I'm charmed.
you see, the Kidamonas kind of looks to you and she says, "That is none of your concern. Thank you very much."
Shit. Fuck.
What?
Okay. Damn. Not how I expected that to go, but okay.
Excuse me. And Kidamonas and just the rest of the group just begin moving forward.
Okay, so I went for all of that for nothing. I did that all for nothing. Okay.
If you want to continue to try to interact with them, you can. They're just trying to get away from you.
Okay, what am I supposed to do? She basically just said, "Who are you?" Just screw off.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do in this
You
scenario?
don't
Make a
recognize Captain Kidamonas is not someone in your league in like the Red Order. This is someone you don't recognize.
Hmm. Can I charm them perchance
Good
into
lord.
giving me more information?
You can
Can I roll
continue
for-
talking to them as they try to pass you by.
I'll be like, okay, wait. Bad start. But can I ask you who you are, at least?
Did you not hear the
Well,
prompt?
I know your name, but I want to know who you are. Like, what do you do? Like for me, I'm a part of the Red Order, but I want to know more about you.
I am nothing but a guest here. I am here for.
Junji in his head's like, wow, okay, cold shoulder.
I am here because of an agreement that was not made by me, and I'd really like not being here, but I am here for support.
Hmm. I'm thinking. Wow. I thought I could have made friends. Wow. So, okay.
This'll do wonders for Junji's social confidence.
Yeah, Will. Here he is, coming out of his shell, and then he's immediately punched.
And you are
back
met
in.
with an introverted claustrophobic person who doesn't want to talk to you.
Oh god.
Yeah, I want to be clear. Like you know that there are people invited for the Gilgamesh Assembly. They're just people aren't here to party. They're here for the Gilgamesh Assembly, but they're not here. But a lot of people aren't here for the ball. Pluto is one of those people. Kidamonas definitely seems like one of those people, including their dragon that they are accompanied with.
Can't people be nice? Like,
But
come
what
on,
the-
it's the end of the world. Please tell me why you have a giant puffy dragon. Christ. Anyway,
Do you
that's
say
not what
that
he
in
doesn't say
person?
that. He would not say that.
Giant puppy dragon.
DM. I rolled a 27 stealth.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, you did. What would you like to do with that?
Who did you say was claustrophobic?
Well, Captain Kinemonas
No.
doesn't seem like they want to
Oh my-
be here. And this is also during your
Thank you.
conversation you were having with Rory. So, this
Oh,
has been,
then never mind.
so you are still conversing
Yeah.
with Rory right now. But
Is Bro gonna assassinate them or something?
yeah, what the
Shit.
fuck was that?
Fucking the claustrophobic.
9/11 is happening.
Claustrophobic wasn't the correct word to say, but they are very like they don't want to be here.
Splint wants to just cause Pearl Harbor, I guess.
Real.
Why are we
9/11
why are we
slash
bringing
Pearl
up these
Harbor is happening.
why are we bringing up these events that have nothing to do with the plot?
It'd be more like the assassination of our true friends Ferdinand, really.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Good lord.
Yeah.
The start of the First World War?
Can I turn
If-
back on my camera because I spent 2 hours
Sure.
with my hair?
If it's not helping
I
the if it's not helping the connection, then fine.
I mean, I can still hear you just fine. I'll let you know if I can. I'll turn off my camera if I can.
Okay. So yeah, Junji, if you if you have nothing else to try to talk to these people, they're going to pass you by.
No, I don't. Because what do I say to that? They don't want to be here, and they don't want to be nice and friendly. They don't want to.
You see, as the giant plasmoid dragon kind of passes you by, it's kind of just you're not in their way, but they still kind of feel the need. They're like one of those people that feel the need to just say excuse me to everybody they pass by, as they just go and just just keep going in this groan as they keep going. Leif just looks at Leif just looks at you all.
And asks for the biggest jug of juice. It is not alcoholic, but he needs to drown away his sorrows in something.
Leif just hands you a drink.
The guava juice?
Leif just looks at you and is like, so what the fuck? So what the fuck was that?
I'm gonna turn to him and be like, "Hey, listen, Leif. This is a ball, right? And you come in here, this big ball. You're announced by, hold on, forgot her name, Esmeralda. And there's just this giant plasmoid dragon, and they expect somebody not to take notice. They're crazy.
There are dragons everywhere. I don't know, there are dragons everywhere.
Leif, listen, it's a plasmoid. It's a giant orb. It's so cute.
That's great.
Okay, I wanted to know them. I wanted to know their backstory. Because, yes, we're surrounded by dragons all the time.
I feel like you
but
could
none
have
of them
done
are
that a lot
plasmoid.
better.
You know my social skills suck, Leif.
You immediately assume that woman owns the dragon.
That's rough.
I got a little excited. Doesn't everybody once in a while?
Sure. At this point, you would see
I need a drink, Leif.
Kazuth and the Rascal siblings. Some that I'm assuming you are
Yeah.
familiar with, because as they
I
walk
remember,
in
yeah.
and just pass you by.
I'm gonna turn to Leif, grab him, and whisper in his ear and be like, I hope to God they didn't see that.
I mean, maybe not. I don't
I
know.
pray that fell on deaf ears.
I think they've seen you in worse situations.
Most definitely.
And
they don't need to
especially
see it
in worse
anymore.
social interactions.
I'm not a social man. That's not how I was raised. I try.
And after the Kazuth and the Rascal twins show up, you see that is when Lord Gilgamesh is announced. Give me a history check, if you can.
All of us? Or just me?
Just you. As
Okay.
Lord Gilgamesh walks past you. Okay,
Ooh.
so Lord Gilgamesh, a man you have no recollection of, walks by.
That's rough.
Damn, he's named after this assembly thing. What a coincidence.
What? He's named after the assembly.
Why is Judy such a fucking failure? I'm not even trying.
Good lord. Leif just goes, huh, that's interesting.
No, please tell me Leif got a better stuff. I thought his was better.
I'm gonna roll for Leif. He hasn't been doing well on his history checks, especially for his own fucking family. So I'm not
Yeah.
banking on it.
I'm crying.
Oh Jesus!
Well,
Huh, that's interesting.
uh,
I have no idea who that is, but they sound interesting.
Huh.
Oh my god.
The male failures.
He's such a fucking boy failure. It's hilarious.
You see other people pass you by. This Leon. You like see this person approach, and like you've seen other Leonin here, other people of the Cat Scythe. This man is not from the Cat Scythe. One, because he's named the Chimera of Ilios, according to Esmeralda. And two, this man is this like very it's not a man, it's a woman. I don't know why I emphasize that so much.
it's a woman.
She is she has this like she's missing one eye, and she has this like green translucent kind of hair strands that kind of within her mane, but she just passes you by and just keeps going unless you try to do anything. I'm trying to give you people to talk to right now.
Yeah, I know. You said she wasn't part of the Cat Scythe, and I'm trying to remember what a chimera is. Give me a second. Let me look it up.
The Chimera is a fictional creature from Greek mythology.
Okay.
Yeah, in typical mythology, it's like a clash between a couple different creatures. I think
A
it's
lion, a goat, and a snake.
yeah.
Ugh.
In
This one's
D&D,
definitely
it's a
not
lion,
the
a goat, and a dragon. But now it's just a Leonin.
Largest.
Where are the
Leon?
other
Wait,
two?
is that Leon? Wait, was that their name or is that a beast?
It's
A Leonin.
apparently they are titled the Chimera of Ilios. So, yeah, I guess that's their name.
Okay. Would I know them by that name? The Chimera.
You wouldn't know what a chimera is. So because the chimera isn't something that is known to people. So the chimera doesn't really give you like the name chimera doesn't really give you oh, I know that creature.
Okay. I think I will. Okay. Ilias. Let me check my notes real quick for something.
Would you like me to give you some help?
I was just checking my notes to see if I had anything about Ilias in there or not, but I don't.
You definitely should.
Okay, I must have not written it down because I didn't think it was important.
Zeus is a part of the council of Ilios.
Shit. Okay, let me write that
That's
down.
like, that's like the whole ass country we're about to fight.
What's he doing here?
What was he doing here?
World War II Allied soldier not knowing what Germany is.
Good fucking Christ! Why do we keep making World War references? Please.
Save the world right now, Iris. Okay, so wait. Okay, so Junji's gonna be really confused why somebody from Ilias is gonna be here. I don't know what I could say to them though.
If you don't want to interact with the Chimera, then they'll pass you by.
I think I'm just gonna let him pass by because I'm not trying to start a fight personally.
Okay.
Considering the last interaction that happened.
And then after that, is the Borealis family, which is when Rory and Erud. I don't know, Erud, where you're leading Violette.
Erud probably wanted to talk to the other Kenku in the room somewhere.
Oh, okay. She's actually at the table.
Yeah, then after the fucking scene Violette and him just made, he's just going to, like, turn around and just introduce himself.
Violette is on, like, she's still pissed, by the way. She's hot cheeks, like, she wants to punch Erod in the face. Anyways, keep going.
You see the small Kenku woman with like these light blue wizard robes and clutching this like tome in her hands. But she is more focused on the woman, kind of just keeping an eye on the woman that she's accompanied with.
Yeah, Erud's just gonna try and get a question and just be like, excuse me.
She like turns around to, like, almost surprised, like startled. Just.
I don't mind. I was just wanting to introduce myself. It's not very often I see another of my kind around. I am Erud Bestil, a scholar. I'm gonna hold out a hand to shake.
She silently
Violette rolls
shakes
her
your hand.
eyes.
So, what is it that brings you to this area?
You see, so I'm gonna indulge on some Kenku backstory for you. There are there are two different types of Kenku. Those that can speak, and those that can't speak. And those that can speak have, and those that can't speak. Like the traditional Kenkus aren't able to speak normally. They are able to mimic. They're able to mimic other people's voices. But in times where they need to speak but don't have anything they can mimic, they resort to a form of sign language. And you, probably being a scholar and also a Kenku yourself, but being one of those that is able to speak normally, do you think you would have learned Kenku sign language?
Probably. Like, that seems like something you would have made it a priority to learn.
So yeah, she signs the name Koslova, which I realized you can actually see because I didn't hide that person's name.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you. He's going to hold out his book. Do you need something to write on so you don't have to do the whole sign thing?
She kind of like waves off, like, no, it's fine.
Okay, well, what is it that brings you to this assembly?
She like points behind her to the woman who's she's with, who right now is kind of just like looking at the Susted Stone, kind of just like looking at it, and kind of just like the Susted Stone that is here almost like is in the form of like tiny little like balls, like popcorn, that and she has one in her hand that she is currently like nibbling on.
You are he's gonna like look her up and down. She looks scholarly, right? You said she had like wizard
Koslova looks like a wizard. The
Alright.
woman that she's with looks more royalty like.
Alright. You are the scholar of this lady here, I assume?
She signs the name Lady Joaquin.
How do you spell that?
Like that, I believe the name tag. Waukeen.
Well, that is really all I wanted. I merely wanted to introduce myself. It's not very often I meet another Kenku out in the world.
She kind of gives like a head nod, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Was gonna give a nod and then He'd probably head over to Gilgamesh at some point, wherever he went to, but we
Okay.
can get to that later if you want.
All right. We will move down to Rory right now, as you approach, your parents, and I'm assuming Junji and Leif both join in on that. Or
Yeah.
okay.
Even though Junji is like,
Uh,
who the fuck is this guy?
huh?
Wait, Dimitri, were you not there when I rolled a history check?
No, you
Um,
rolled a history check on Lord Gilgamesh, but Rory is going over to meet with his parents, Tithonus and Aurora.
Oh, my bad. I thought he said he was gonna meet up with Gilgamesh. My bad.
I'm going to go
Erud
meet
is
him.
going to meet up with Lord
That's
Gilgamesh.
Oops.
And you
Vila
can-
is crumbling behind him.
And you
Anyways.
can actually roll that with advantage. History check with advantage, Erud.
No,
Or
no, I
Lord Gilgamesh. But Rory, you I'm assuming you're approaching both of your parents. I think.
Yeah. Probably wait for them to actually walk in, but I'll walk over to them. Mother, father, it's good to see you here.
Tithonus goes, "Oh yes, of course. I wouldn't miss a gala, and also I was informed that we are going to use this opportunity to plan out the defenses and stuff, and actually convene with the Gilgamesh Assembly. So of course I'd arrive."
Perfect. Actually, I was hoping to talk to you about kind of this whole thing coming on. I remember that you are from Ithaca, Ilias, if I'm correct.
Yes, I am from Ithaca, but I don't have any. I haven't had ties with them in years.
Well, yeah, of course. But about this war going on, do you know anything else about it?
Oh, it was about like 10 years into the war when I first left, but yes, the two factions of the Ilios and the Aenis have been fighting with each other for 40 years now, I believe, and they've been in this conflict, and apparently the Ilios believe that this weapon they've been looking for to defeat the Aenis. So they propagandize this weapon as they believe it's somewhere in Uruk, but that is simply not the case.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I had more to ask him. Is that all you know about the war and going on there, or?
I mean,
I don't know,
there's a lot of history behind the origins of the war. The original Iliad council was this collection of giants known as that lived in the city of Giantomachy. Quite on the nose of the word of the title, but these giants were then assassinated by the Council of Aenis, and then and the faction of Ilios was shrunk immensely. A lot of other factions grabbed like vultures at the Ilias's territory because there was just nobody to defend him after the Giantomachy. After the Giantomachy's fall, it was just left in ruin, and so it took the Ilios faction, the new council of Ilios, came to our aid, and came to the aid of Ilios, and they declared war with Aenis, claimed a lot of their territory back, and have been fighting the good fight for 40 years. Or good, I say. Well, I would have said in the perspective of Ilios.
Can I Can I roll an insight?
Exactly what are you like inciting? Trying to figure out.
He
Is, like,
seems. This might have just been slip of the tongue, but he does really seem to be on the side of Ithaca, or Ilias.
okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and make an insight check on that.
Okay. I'm not good at that. Yeah, okay.
He seems like Ilios was his home, and this is
Yeah.
and this is him, and it's not necessarily it doesn't seem that he's all for what they're doing now, but from the perspective of someone who had been on their side and had been fighting along and had probably been fighting alongside them for the first 10 years of the war, he seems to have a more leaning. He seems to still be on the side of Ilios in the perspective of the war between Ilios and Aeneas.
Mm-hmm. With all that, what do you make of? I kind of gesture towards the Chimera of Ilias.
Oh, the Chimera. Oh, it's a little daunting. I believed he had fallen in combat a while ago, but
Oh.
he appears to be. She appears to be well and quite mobile, but it is quite strange that she is here. I believed she had been in servitude of Ilios, but then again, I hadn't heard of her since she had fallen in combat about 20 years ago.
I see.
Almost halfway
she
through
was-
the war.
She was introduced as the Chimera of Ilias. So it seems on
Perhaps
some
she's-
level.
Perhaps. I might have a word with her, but who knows?
Well, I just wanted a little history check on the sort of war that's going on and what we're up against.
Makes sense. I mean, Aurora is also from. Darling, is there anything else that I left out? Aurora looks and says, no, darling. I think that's about right. Athos goes,
Where did my dad say my mom's from?
Tithonus goes, Eris is, well, from what Aurora has told me of Eris, it was originally one of the cities of, it was originally a city in Ilios before it was destroyed and overtaken during the time of ruin before the Iliad Council came to their aid, but by then it was too late and Eris had fallen.
I see. Out of character here. Pluto had no idea of the city of Eris. The name rung a bell, but that's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, he knew the name from the obvious, but he didn't recognize a city named Eris.
And has he mentioned that he's from there?
He hasn't mentioned his origins. All you know is that he's part of an organization called the Asphodel Syndicate.
Okay. In that case, well, I see. That's good to know. I'm glad we have some insider knowledge of the. Sorry, I can't think of words right now. A little frazzled. I'm glad to see you guys are here. Drinks are over there. I'm probably gonna grab myself one. Enjoy the party.
And you as well. I'm sure we will have much to discuss during our actual planning of the defenses. Excuses. And
Absolutely.
Aurora and Tithonus make their way around you and up towards the dining table.
All right. We can skip over me for now. I'm gonna grab a drink and go talk to the Chimera.
Ooh, okay. While as you move over to the Chimera, Erud, you make your way over to Lord Gilgamesh, and on a 26 to history, you know this because you had researched extensively on Mezoi and on the Mesoian Empire and the Acadia. Lord Gilgamesh is the original king of Uruk, of the Empire. They had forged the Acadia, well, not of Uruk, but of the Empire. Before the Akkadian Council, King Gilgamesh was the king of the territory that is now known as the Mesoian Empire. And when the Acadia had first arrived, they had in fact been like essentially working for, but it was more of a partnership between King Gilgamesh and the Akkadian Council, as they built the capital city of Uruk from the remains of Zuen, and they had began to flourish as a very neutral kingdom. But eventually, Lord Gilgamesh had because of a tragic accident that is only labeled as a tragic accident, King Gilgamesh had stepped down from his throne and bestowed the Akkadian Council the rule over the Mesoian Empire, and he decided to disappear from the public crowd until summoned by the Gilgamesh Assembly, which was named after him.
All right.
Wait, I have a question.
Mhm.
You said it was a tragic accident, correct?
Yes. On a 26, you'd actually know exactly what this tragic accident was. It was the death of his dragon mount that was named Enkidu.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's the only question I had. I didn't know if our group knew anything else.
How do you spell that? The dragon mount?
Enkidu. You can actually spell it based on the name of his mount, his actual mount, because he named him after the original Enkidu. So this like Triceratops fucking, it's for a better visual description, it's literally Black Diablos from Monster Hunter World. But if anyone has played any of the Monster Hunter games, but yeah, you approach Lord Gilgamesh, who kind of looks around, very like, he almost looks enthralled about the ball, but like, you can tell it's more of like an anticipation of what is to come.
Era is just going to go up to him and introduce himself and just say, Lord Gilgamesh, it is an honor to see you here.
Of course, I would not miss the fight I've been waiting for decades. Well, not a fight, but I'd love to knock the Ilios down a peg.
Yes, indeed. I am Erud Bestil, scholar. Pleasure to meet you.
And I to you.
Tell me, what do you know about the threat we are currently about to face?
Well, I've only known them as rivals for some time, as from my throne I would only know Ilios and Aeneas as equals in power of the factions. It was only when Gigantomachy fell that Ilios was knocked down more of a peg, but even still, they had been known by all of us as rival factions that were equals. The three factions are probably the most powerful factions in Zov.
And is there nothing else you think that we might be facing aside from the might of the armies?
I'd be surprised if there was anything.
Just be very prepared for more than just Zeus and his normal cronies. We have reason to believe that he may be accompanied by Scylla.
Oh, I know that name well. I am delighted to fight that monstrous Hydra.
It is not a certainty, as the information we have is only partially complete, but it is a likelihood, I would say.
Well, I welcome the challenge.
Well, that is great to hear. Do enjoy the drinks and food here, free of any alcohol. You're going to look back at
Oh,
Vio.
a waste of a celebration. And you as well, I suppose. And he continues forward.
When Edmund looks back at Violette, she's just like fucking angry. Like,
Fucking Edmund.
Edmund.
sorry, I've been watching too much Bridgerton. I'm sorry. It's not me.
Good lord.
Yeah, no, she's just fucking angry, okay? She's just like red cheeks. She wants to beat this motherfucker up, okay? Anyways, keep going.
You probably could. I have like fucking
Probably.
-1 strength.
Probably. We'll see if it needs to come to it.
There was a point in this campaign where I had 3 strength.
All right,
Shades.
Erud. Lord Gilgamesh passes you by. Where are you off to now?
He's probably gonna go to the nearest council member, in like either their dragonborn form or their full dragon form. He doesn't
Mhm.
really mind which.
Probably the closest would be Ishtar, the
Yeah.
silver dragonborn, the silver dragon who you know to be like in charge of like intrapersonal communications between the entire empire, basically.
Ah, perfect. Exactly the one I was looking for, actually. Yeah, he'd just go up to them and just say, yes, I understand that you handle most of the communications throughout the Empire, correct?
Yes, of course. It is good to see you again, Erud.
Yes, and you as well. I was wondering if perhaps you would sign this book here, as it will allow me to instantly communicate with you at any point in case in the future we need to report back on any findings in a timely manner, so I don't have to go through Esmeralda, lovely as she is.
Of course. I can, yes. And she takes your book and signs it.
Alright, yeah, he's gonna erase the previous Esmeralda, like, stick
Oh,
it in there.
dare. Not Esmeralda.
Cusco's still in there, by the way.
You better be.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk to Ishtar about, or
We reported, like, our findings about,
of Scylla? Yes.
yeah. I assume they already know what the Trojan is, so I doubt we have to really go through that. Yeah, that should be all. That is all I needed for now, unless there is anything you wish to disclose to me, that is all.
I believe that is everything.
Thank you, and have a great party.
And you as well. All right. And as I'm gonna say, we're gonna move over to Rory. But for my purpose, where are you off to next?
After that, he'd probably just link back up with Rory. That's pretty much all the people he really wanted to get to.
Okay.
And she's right behind him. Viola is right behind him.
All right. Awesome. All right. So you all make your way. Oh, you all make your. Well, you start making your way over to Rory. Rory, you find the Chimera, who seems to just be like observing the crowd.
I walk up. Hello. I heard you're the Chimera of Ilios. I've heard tales about you.
Yes. Hello. Can I help you with something?
My name is Rory Borealis. I'm saying interesting. I
Pleasure.
had a couple of questions about Ilios, if you didn't mind. Not many people really know a whole lot about it at the moment.
Oh well. I wouldn't know much of current, of present events. I've been working mostly as a bounty hunter, but
Oh,
sure, give it a. If I know it, I might indulge.
Wait. The word that, like, the moment that bounty hunter comes up, like, Vila instantly is just like, attention. You know what I mean? She's interested. Anyways, keep going.
Okay.
I don't mean to make this abrupt, but have you? I've heard that the city of Eris is a city that was lost to the Lotoko tribes a while back. I believe long before 20 years ago. It used to be a part of Ilios. Have you heard of that?
Eris?
The
said?
city of.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the name in general?
No, I have not. I've heard. I have not heard of the city of Eris.
Perhaps you've heard the name. Seems to be oncoming conflict.
The
This is a
the name
long
sounds
shot.
familiar.
Can I speak in thieves' cant with this person?
She probably wouldn't understand.
Okay, never mind then.
As she says, the name sounds familiar, slightly, but I have not heard of it in quite some time. But I mean, the name sounds familiar, but I can't really put a piece to it.
I see. We'll be getting that soon with the assembly. I assume I'll have my piece to say. You'll hear about it more then. If you want to learn now, I'm happy to tell you. I just needed to clarify something.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Pleasure. And she kind of walks away.
I turn over to the party. Alright. So earlier tonight, we talked to Pluto about the city of Eris. He didn't know anything. He didn't never said he's from Eris. Or not from Eris, from Ilios, so I had to make sure. My mother and father said that the city of Eris was from Ilios before the tribes. But no one knows about it. You guys there?
I'm here.
Same.
I was just wondering where I am.
That's up to you. Where you
Junji's
think
not
you'd be.
up with you guys.
I did hit a 27 stealth a while ago.
Where were you? What did you want to do with that, though?
Nobody knows now.
Soot hid from Israel.
I wanted to talk to the Medusa-looking person. I wanted to sneak up on them.
Okay. You can definitely do that. But meanwhile, you are Rory. So yeah, Splint is not with you at the moment.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I can't find anything about this city. Clearly, there's more about it, or more about places there. If it was a part of Ilios. I'm at a loss. And that was to the
Seems
group
everybody
that
was
was
at a loss.
with me.
I was gonna say it seems like everybody's at a loss. Guys.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby, I don't have much.
not gonna lie, I thought he was asking the Chimera about that, but
No, he
Yeah.
has
No.
departed from the Chimera and has turned to the group.
I
Yeah.
turned to you guys.
that was my
Wait,
bad. I
Dimitri,
had
say that
fucking mind.
again? You cut out.
Sorry, I was checked out.
Again, well, perhaps you could ask the council members. They seem like some of the oldest and wisest here. They seem relatively
mean-
willing to talk, at least
Error,
each
make an
time
insight check real quick, if you can.
that I can.
I also said the name Eris at that council.
Mhm.
Oof.
Oh God. Okay.
My ass is not.
You see, like, as you are all like talking, Error, you actually feel someone like bump into you a bit, and you turn around instinctively to this like cyclops looking humanoid, medium sized, in like these like tattered rags, that doesn't just seems like a sore thumb, but kind of as it like as they look to you accidentally as they go sorry, sorry. They seem flustered a bit as they look at you and their eyes bolden, and then they turn around and leave. And sorry.
Can I roll an insight on that?
Sure.
This motherfucker just pickpocketed my ass.
I hate.
Can I as well, since I'm right next to Erud?
Sure.
And
Please, somebody roll
honestly,
high enough for this.
I'm gonna use one of my sorcery points to re-roll that.
Okay.
Let's go!
No fucking need.
As long as
Really
Junji
don't
doesn't
know
have
Junji-
to
Please, when I roll
Junji, there's not a Junji. You saw like, oh shit, this is gonna happen, and you kind of like instinctively saw that was going to happen. But as they like turned towards you, as they turned towards Erud, they didn't. You can kind of see that they didn't really steal anything. It was kind of just like they were distracted with something else and like bumped into Erud accidentally. But there is a semblance of recognition from this Cyclops, and it's not a good recognition. They immediately you see that they immediately recognize Erud, and they're afraid of Erud.
Erud, did you fuck this guy up? No, I'm joking.
as they walk away. Sorry. Ugh.
I don't particularly think so. Do I recognize this guy?
No.
Yes, no, it's not ringing a bell. I thought he was just a overly apologetic man. You said
Make a
he
history
seemed-
check. Why don't you make a history check for me?
All right, that I can do.
And you can
That's
use
only
Kenku
a-
recall unless you can't use
Yeah,
it
yeah,
multiple times.
I think I'll do it. Fucking blop. There we go.
Okay, on a 20 to
Alright.
history, Junji says this person recognizes you. And they're afraid of you. You don't recognize this Cyclops. But you, looking back on your extensive like ability to recall history, you only remember one other time that you've interacted with a Cyclops before.
Oh.
That was the Library of Denier.
Oh.
Oh, those were Cyclopses. I thought they were like ogres or something in my brain.
Oh no,
but
those were
yeah,
Cyclopses.
that makes sense. Am I a fucking legend among Cyclops kind now? Is that?
No, but you instinctively remember that the Cyclops that you had, like the two Cyclopses you had recognized, that you had seen in the Library of Denier, one of them you killed by just flat out like one of them died by like flat out drowning, and the other...
Me killing him is a strong word. He killed himself trying to kill me. That ain't my fault. He might be connected to one of the Cyclopses I interacted with down in the library, but I don't know why he would be. They appeared to be with... I recognized Vecna back then, right? I'm pretty sure I did.
You had seen Vecna, yes. You didn't you didn't recognize like you know who Vecna is, but
Okay.
like nobody knows who Vecna is. But
Okay.
I think you even saw it like on a message, like somebody being like, "I'm sorry, are we gonna glance over Vecna? I'm sorry."
Oh yeah. They're just going to be like, well, unless they are somehow related to one of the Cyclopses I met down in the library, accompanying that wizard fellow. I don't think I recognize him. Maybe you should go ask him. I don't think he'd be very happy to see me.
Who do you say
Well?
this to?
Again, he's saying it to Junji, but he's also looking at Rory.
I see. Should we go talk to him?
Oh god, Junji's dead.
Alright.
Sorry, no, wait, no. Sorry, I was writing my notes. My bad. I didn't know you were talking to me. But yes.
No, you're fine. Alright. We head over to the Cyclops.
Baby.
Okay.
Out of
Okay.
character, Junji did something right so bad, and he's like so surprised he just has a heart attack and passes out.
All right. So
Alright,
you
I go talk to the
so Rory goes up. So Rory, you go up to, and how do you like grab their attention? Because they're trying to like
Babe.
trying to slip. They do not react to babe.
Oh, was I not? Oh, I'm not muted. Sorry. I'm so embarrassed.
That was so perfectly timed, and I thought that was exactly what you were trying to react. I asked like, "How are you trying to grab their attention?"
No,
and you
I'm
just went,
taking up my
"Babe."
extensions. I'm taking up my extensions, and it's like my husband will like hold the top of the fake hair while I braid it, so that way it goes in safe. And I was just calling for him for another strand of hair, and sorry.
You're fine. You're
Anyways,
fine. You're fine. I'm joking. Rory, how do you
You
grab
know.
their attention? Or Junji, how do you grab their attention?
I guess I could just walk up tap him on the shoulder and be like,
Ah!
"Hey,
Hi.
I saw what happened back there." And
They
very
are like
curious.
startled as you like tap them on the shoulder. Like, "Ah! Hi, hello.
Yes.
Can I help
hello.
you?
I just observed the interaction you had with my friend back there, and
Okay.
needless to say, I was pretty intrigued about how you reacted to such fear of a little Kenku.
Oh yeah,
And
he's I fear. No, I didn't. I'm not them at all. I'm not afraid of that man. I could eat that man. Looks around.
He could. That is true. He could definitely do that.
But no. I'm not afraid of that man.
Is it very obvious that he's lying, or do I have to roll
Yeah, on the
insight?
nat 20 to insight check, I'm gonna say yeah. You are like immediately able to process. He's fucking lying.
I can smell it on him just.
Motherfucker yank at your chain.
Okay. Okay, wait, how do... Okay. Should I, like... Okay, wait.
Can I leave now?
No, I'm joking.
Can
I'm
I?
trying Okay, listen, that was a
I'm
lot of
trying
information
to
about
party
the library.
and have drinks
I'm
and
trying to
no,
piece it together.
I.
This is out of character. That was a lot of information about the library, and I'm trying to piece it together to how I can get this man over to the party. Other than just kind of coaxing him over there with my hand.
You can try to intimidate him or persuade him.
Let me see what's higher.
I will say, if you do intimidation, it's with advantage because of Erud.
With intimidation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do intimidation. I'll intimidate this man and be like, hey, no. Womp.
He says,
You get a roll again.
You get one more.
Okay, I will socialize.
Advantage?
you can
Yeah,
roll with advantage.
Interested. Needless to say, I'm one of the
You
newer
can roll
ones.
advantage. You can roll it again.
Oh, wait. It has advantage now?
I said you have advantage if you use intimidation, yeah.
Wait, I thought when I rolled it the first time I
Because
had
of
it.
Erud.
No,
You
you
rolled
only
it.
rolled
You
one.
rolled it the first time, and it only had one, and it only rolled once. So roll again.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
On a 15 to intimidation, he goes, yes, I will, go for socialization. And then you kind of coax him into walking up to the rest of the group. And she says, hi, I am socializing. My name is, I Unsev Eyeless.
What was his name? You cut out.
Eyeless.
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 Is that like without eye or?
You can see it typed in the chat.
Eyeless. Eyeless. See, the joke is.
And Kev. And Kev Islands.
There we go.
I am socializing.
Well,
Hi.
it's
Well,
it's
it appears that somehow we got off on the wrong foot. I am Erud.
Hi.
It is very obvious you seem to be at least familiar with me, although I am not familiar with you.
I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know. I was just nervous. I mostly just moved past you. I don't know you at all.
You aren't a very good liar.
He's trying to find something to say. He's just started.
Listen, I have no desire to hurt you, and even if I did, I wouldn't do it here.
I'm just dying. I'm supposed to just watch. I'm sorry.
Watch what? Who?
I'm supposed to just watch. I'm supposed to just watch this. I'm supposed to see what happens. I'm just a fly on the wall. A one-eyed fly on the wall.
I would very much to know who is sending you to watch things in here.
Mm, I'm supposed to watch over for for the boss, the guy you met before.
We're going to raise an eyebrow. And
This is when
Detail.
this is like the moment where like it clicks. This isn't just some random Cyclops that knows you. This is the Cyclops that had. This is the other Eye of Vecna that you had encountered in the library.
I see.
The Eye of Vecna.
That is good. That's funny.
I realized I had actually, yeah, they were actually the two of them were named, the two Cyclopses were just titled the Eyes of Vecna.
I like that. That's good.
It summons Vecna's backwards.
He's just going to,
You can see that had a terrible name. He had a terrible way that you can definitely tell on Sev, like now, like, oh, Vecna backwards. You can tell that this is a fake name.
well, is there any particular reason why, or...
He just seemed curious. I mean, it's a council of dragons, and also just what's going on. And he just likes being informed of things.
Well, I do too. Although, I'm sure he could have come himself.
Well, he didn't really. He has other things he's doing right now. Like he's, I mean, he's not doing anything.
Are you sure he's not doing anything? Then why couldn't he be here himself?
I mean, because he's busy. He's doing other things. Like he's looking. He's in the library.
Looking for?
The same thing he was looking for before.
Which is?
he's that you kind of get the sense that he doesn't know himself what Vecna is looking for.
Well... I thank you for speaking with me.
Yeah.
Is there anything I should know about your boss in particular?
No, nothing. I mean, no. I mean, he's not. I haven't really seen what he's seen through me. Like you see the Cyclops pokes at his eye, and you could see illusory magic kind of fades, like a holographic projection kind of flickers, and you could see that his eye is not an eye; it's an eye of stone that seems to be glowing this like green color in the pupil as he just like pokes at the eye. He says, "He's been looking through me, but I haven't seen anything. I don't know what he's doing. I heard he's some lady, but that's about it."
What did you say? He heard it what?
I heard he was part of with some lady or something, but that he kidnapped some lady. That was all I heard about.
Huh.
Violette is right behind him, right?
Yes, Violette.
She instantly is like, dude, this motherfucker's lying. Like, she may be plastered, but she can tell, you know?
This,
Right on the coffin.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Violette. This upstanding individual would never tell a lie.
Yeah, I'm not lying at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Spike the party.
Your boss.
I'm not lying at all.
Oh my god, Violette is fucking here.
He's going to cast message on Violette and just say, "I know he's lying. I'm trying."
I'm not lying. He's actually kidnapped someone who has a vestige. Yeah,
Who has a what?
a vestige.
Hey, that's interesting.
Huh.
As he immediately sinks into his. Fuck.
Hey, that
And
might
no,
be.
nothing.
Well, I mean, as far as we know, your boss is an upstanding citizen.
Yeah, he's
That's
an
possible.
upstanding man.
He was very
It's
helpful in that
possible.
library, actually. He helped me find what I
Yeah,
was
I
looking
mean, I wouldn't mind just talking to him. He might be
No, he doesn't
helpful
like
to
me.
our. No,
He's kind of busy.
Violet is also down.
maybe a
I mean,
trade information
he's
for
busy.
information.
Nah, I'm sorry, he's busy. I can't even
Well,
do
he
that if
can-
I wanted him to. If I wanted to.
I mean, he can see through this, right? So can I just talk to
Yeah.
him?
I mean, maybe. He kind of. I know when he's poking in. I think he's poking in right now, and he could see me lying. And also telling the truth, and
kinda-
also talking. And I'm probably in big shit right now.
I kind of look through the eye like it's a fucking camera and just kind of wave. I think we'd like to
Stop doing
meet.
that. No, please. Please don't do that.
It might be beneficial to us both.
Please don't do that. You just see him just go, please don't do that, please don't do that, please don't do that. It's just like, he knows exactly what you're doing. He's just like, no, please, I don't, no, I'm gonna die, please.
Well, okay, well, like, he's probably bringing good information, and I point, like, at him. So, like, he's probably doing a good
You're
thing.
not
by,
even talking
like,
to me anymore, you were just talking to him.
I'm
Stop
trying,
doing
I'm
that.
trying to get you the good.
Stop doing that.
Well, I believe we have enough information that your boss might wish to know.
He's not, like what? Like what?
Well, I can't just tell you
Well, we
now. That
can't.
wouldn't work.
But that's my job.
And it's our job to get information of our own, and we wouldn't be doing that if we gave away our information for free.
Okay.
What do you have
I
to
mean, what do
trade?
you want to know?
Well, how
Can you give a
tell?
description of that woman?
I mean, I only saw her in like a little like visual. Like I didn't. It was kind of like it was a little magical. It was a magical like visual of Vecna, and she was behind him. It was this woman with long wavy hair, and tattered brown leathers. He basically gives you like the most like the worst description, but a description you recognize.
All right. See, now that's good to know. What is your boss looking for here?
Oh, he's just I honestly, he's looking. He's just watching. I mostly just sent
Just watching?
to like watch and stuff. I see how this goes.
Oh, all right. Well, you're clearly not on the list, but tell you what.
Oh
The
no, I'm on
information
the
you gave
list.
us-
I'm on the list.
Oh,
I'm
you're
like
on the
for
list?
I am on the I am a part of the Gilgamesh.
Sure.
I am in the Gilgamesh Assembly.
Should I go ask?
No.
I will tell you what. For the information you gave us, and hopefully we get to talk to your boss soon. That'd be nice. We won't rat you out.
But okay.
All right.
I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm probably dead anyways, cause he doesn't like it when I spill information like that.
Mm. Yeah, I got nothing. What do I do about that?
Oh, wait, no, hold on, your turn. What can you tell? What can you tell me about? He points to the eye. What can you tell me about
Well, I
this?
just
about
asked
you?
what kind of information you wanted.
Well, at least mostly just watching, but he also wants to, he wants to know about, What do you know about the Raven Queen, huh?
Oh.
And on
Um,
that, you hear Esmeralda, who has been saying a lot of stuff for the longest time. Has been announcing people coming in and out. Announces one final name as we ended up here.
Oh God.
Announcing the King of Aenis, Jupiter. And stepping into the room is this massive, hulking storm giant. Brazened in armor, brazened in like this general formal attire, still wearing this war helmet on his head, and a scepter in his hand, a helmet on his head and a scepter in his hand, as he looks with several, just two of these bodyguards on either side of him as he steps in with a smile. And that's where we're getting the session for tonight.
All right.
I would like to say, I'd like to point the guy we've been the Cyclops over towards Kryn.
I don't think that's what you want to do, but okay.
I am not going to do that explicitly. In fact,
Why not? We gotta be nice. You give us information.
yeah, I'm thinking I'm definitely ratting this guy out via message at the first chance I get.
Same.
Damn. Well,
Damn, alright. Are you gonna do that to poor
I mean-
Onsev? How are you gonna do that to poor Onsev, Eyeless, the innocent man?
we're on Sev Island.
I mean, he's going to mention that, like, try not to kick him out so they don't suspect it, but, like, he's definitely telling both Pluto and Kryn and whichever the nearest council member is.
He's telling everybody to stay far away from that man.
Yeah.
And this is why you don't bump shoulders with people at a party.
Imagine
Alright.
if none of us got that insight check.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh my
God
God.
damn.
This is a
Fucking-
very low.
Fucking
This is a very
Rory can
low
give it a
risk
shot.
party.
I see that, Rory. You used the 7 to insight, then used your sorcery point and got an 8. I thought that was originally Erud giving it an insight or Erud's original insight check. Or no, he did. He rolled a 5 and then you rolled a 7, re-rolled an 8, and then fucking Cherry with
Yeah.
the nat 20.
You're welcome,
I'm not
guys.
down to 3 sorcery points.
You can keep that first sorcery point just because on top, just to add on, just to sprinkle on to like the bonuses of that nat 20.
Do you regain any sorcery points on a short rest at this level? I don't think so, right?
I don't believe so.
I'm pretty sure that's a higher level thing.
I think
Or
it's
it
only
might
a
have
long rest.
Yeah, it might have been a magic item I had in that campaign. Yeah, it was. Never mind. Ignore me.
Bruno, I called
Yeah.
you
And
Edmund.
I'm already 1 down from a couple sessions ago.
You did call me Edmund. That is something.
I'm
that-
so sorry. I watched a Bridgerton edit while we were playing. And
How dare you distract yourself with
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was taking out my fucking fake hair and my brain was all over the place.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm joking. I am joking. I completely understand. All right, so that is going to be the end of that session for tonight.
See, we told you we could occupy the entire time.
Yeah,
More than.
you kind of talk to everyone to the point where there's nobody to really talk to for the group. Well, actually, no. There's a lot of people that the other group can talk to because there's a lot of people that were specifically here for lore purposes of the other players.
Fuck yeah, I can still spike the party next session.
Not you.
Oh, you can't.
So let's.
I was
what's the
talking
plan?
about the other group, as in.
I rolled like a 21 and I wasn't able to spike the party.
Well,
Yes.
Well, I told you rolled at disadvantage because Brenham was off to the side, being like, "Don't do that. Don't listen to her. Don't do that." The entire time.
I'm
So
sad.
that was
I just
actually a
wanted to get
13.
everyone drunk.
Do not get between Erud and his juice.
I'm so pissed. So
Man
pissed.
loves his juice.
I have been
So do
waiting for
I.
this juice for
But just-
days.
So
A
I think
different
actually,
kind of juice.
so I think now
Like,
if
just a little
looking
old.
at how this session is gonna this session went along, I think next week is actually just going to be a session with the people that weren't here
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
because
Can
But
I
we'll
listen
see.
in?
you
cut it
all
off
can
first.
definitely join in. You all can definitely join into the session. I just want you to be aware that this is going to be a session specific. Like next session is going to target the people that weren't here this session, just to allow everybody to. And there's going to be like a system.
Can
and
I join
basically-
in?
Yeah.
Can I join
Everybody
in?
can join in. I mean, I'm saying like the people that weren't here are going to be the focus of the next session.
So if I'm not here next week, it's not the end of the world kind of vibe.
No.
Okay.
I will say
might
though,
be the end of
I
the
will say
week.
though, I'm going to look back on the stream, like keep the order in which events had taken place, and if there is a moment in which the players that weren't here want to have a conversation at the same time as you all did during this time, then we're just gonna redo the conversation.
Okay, gotcha.
I see.
I will try, but I do not want to give any like promises because, like I said, I will be drunk on a boat all day, and
That's fair.
you know, who
Okay.
knows? Who knows what homegirl's gonna be doing?
Oh.
It was fun
Yeah.
talking to Splint for that long.
I'm
The
glad
most
that
that's the
Splint
largest word
had
count
it.
that's the largest word count Splint has had in any session.
Yeah. No, me and Splint were fucking yapping up a storm. I'm glad.
I will though.
Yeah.
I will though, Splint. I will get to. I remember that you want to talk to Kidamonas, and at the time we get to the same chronological time in which that happens, I will let you have that conversation with Kidamonas, the Medusa-looking person.
I'm not sure if you're gonna stop at like the exact same spot as we stopped like this time for them. I assume you would, like when Jupiter gets
I'm
here.
assuming depending on how how much they actually want to converse with people, will depend on whether or not we end with Jupiter.
All right.
Okay.
Because if at any point it goes over, I could like write a pre-prepared message that he would send to Corinne in case I'm not there. I'll probably be there, but like
Okay.
No insane. If there's
Mhm.
anything that like I need to prepare like in advance, let me know and I can write it up for you.
Okay.
Damn, I have a
good.
question. What type of alcohol is in the flask?
Yeah,
Is
actually,
it
good question.
Underdark?
Well,
Oh,
you gave it to me.
I'd have to think about that. Because I don't. Surprisingly, I haven't thought about the alcoholic beverages of Tradisum. So.
Yeah, like is Violet hallucinating kind of vibe? Like, is she
probably
gone?
some sort of mushroom wine.
Okay, so homegirl's like seeing shit.
psychedelic alcohol sounds
It's just
so
it's just-
like reversal. You're
just a
simultaneously getting depressed, but also tripping balls.
It's just a
Oh, I'm so
particularly strong kombucha.
Shut up!
Good lord.
Shut up!
All right. Well, it is 5 a.m. for some of us. I apologize that it went so long, but I just wanted to.
How do you spell the party that Jupiter's a part of? I'm so lost.
Aenis.
Yes.
I will put it in the chat.
Thank you.
It's all recorded too.
I don't know how to spell.
Yeah.
Okay?
And with that being said, if anyone would like to Google share their notes with me, I will give you a big kiss.
I can send you mine.
Thank you. I mean, I think I already have access to your notes, Brennan.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, sure do.
All right.
I mean, if you're
Uh,
offering.
I mean, you can have my notes.
I'd love
too.
to actually see what notes you've jotted down.
I can fucking just send a link in the chat if people want to look at them.
Please, I would love to see it because mine
I'd
are
love
That
so.
would be.
There
Yeah,
have been a couple
amazing.
sessions where I just like my brain just didn't take any notes, so
Fair.
there's a lot missing.
I have those too. I had those two with Rory set with Dimitri's campaign.
Look down.
Oh yeah, Brennan, I'm already
Oh yeah, this Sunday, by the way.
share with this.
Be there, be square.
Be there, be
I'll
square.
be there.
All right, that's the. I'm going to end the session there for tonight. Thank you all for joining out. I'm going to go. I'm not going to go to bed because I have somewhere to be in like 2 hours. So, I will
Spooky.
see you guys.
Hello.
I will see you guys later. Have a good night, everyone.
Good luck,
Have a good
Pookie.
night.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.